Continues tonight on the men's side, opens today on the women's side. Here go the women of Miami Hurricanes, a 9 seed who took out a 1 seed last weekend to reach the Sweet 16. Right now, they're up 54-37 on a 4 seed Villanova. Coverage is on ESPN television. It's the third quarter, the first of 4 Sweet 16 games on ESPN. Miami's men's team tonight, they will take on the Houston Cougars, one of the 2 1 seeds remaining. The other 1 seed is Alabama. As ESPN's Byron Metcalf notes, it's 2 different Alabamas.
When you get a murder case in the middle of the season and your star player is attached to that and your head coach can't stop making these ridiculous statements attached to it all, you know what? It weighs on you. And at some point, you can't handle that pressure. So I think that would be the thing for Alabama, because on the court, they're just really, really good.
Myron Metcalf on Fitz and Harry, San Diego State, Alabama, Miami, Houston, Princeton, Creighton, Xavier, Texas. NBA News, the Mavericks officially filed a protest of Wednesday's game against the Warriors. At the end of the game, Luka Doncic made that money gesture toward the officials, but hit with a $35,000 fine.
A championship team is about each player being a perfect fit. Same with your vehicle. So for parts that fit, head to eBay Motors and look for the green check. Stay in the game with eBay Guaranteed Fit. ebaymotors.com. Let's ride. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios.
That's right.
And off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
Love you, Matt.
Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
Muso. And Mr. Toby Tomplay. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. Well, today is going to act, I'm certain, as a bit of a de facto post-game show. LSU and Arkansas Game 1 nearing its conclusion, and it's not good for the good guys. If you've not been following along today, they're in the bottom of the 10th right now, and LSU is trailing 9-1. LSU's their final 3 outs here. So it was a really competitive ball game until the bullpens got involved. Until LSU's bullpen got involved. Josh Pearson, I'm sorry, that was Brady Neal, down on strikes. So 2 outs to go for the Tigers, bottom 10, down 9-1. Paul Skeens was good today and exited the ball game after 7. He got into a bit of a jam in the 7th, got out of it, and he exited with a 1-0 lead. Brady Neal homered for the Tigers in the bottom of the 8th to tie the ball game. Tigers had an opportunity with the bases loaded. They had 2 opportunities with runners in scoring position to take a lead and could not get a run across. Thompson and Morgan popped out, and Tommy White struck out. So Tigers turned it over to Christian Little, and he just couldn't throw strikes. Gave a couple of free passes, gave up a 3-run homer, and then they went to Will Helmers, who just gave up a grand slam. So in the 10th, so it unraveled here on the Tigers. There's a couple of things to take away. As this one's is about to go final, but the outcome is no longer in doubt. LSU's trailing 9-1. First of all, it's disappointing, certainly, that you're going to lose a game that Paul Skeens started. He is your horse. He is your ace. He is the best pitcher in college baseball, and you need to win when he's on the mound. And you had Paul Skeens today against against a guy that you really had no business not getting off against. Holland took the ball today for Arkansas. He went 5 1/3, gave up 3 hits, no runs, struck out 7, and walked 1. So LSU's offense just never got going against a guy that throws 89, 90. So that's massively disappointing, and it allowed Arkansas to turn the ball over to Hagen Smith, who is their ace at this point. Smith is now at 63 pitches. Neal did hit the homer off of Smith. They had an uprising against him in the 8th, and they couldn't push what would have been a potential game-winning run across. But now they've paid for it because LSU's bullpen could not outduel Hagen Smith. If there is a positive here, it's that Hagen Smith is done because you're going to play a doubleheader tomorrow, and they can't bring back their best pitcher. If you're LSU, you need really good outings tomorrow from Ty Floyd, and I know you didn't get it last week from Floyd, but Ty Floyd needs to be what he can be tomorrow, and same thing for Thatcher Hurd. Two guys that exited early last week in College Station need to go throw their best games of the season tomorrow so you can win this series at home. Losing the opener with Skeens on the mound stinks, because if you had gotten this game with Skeens on the mound and you had been able to finish this off, you'd go into tomorrow not with such dire urgency that you are going to go into now needing to win both of them to win this series at home, or risk dropping this home series to Arkansas. But boy, it's a disappointing way for this game to go. We'll probably have a lot of conversation today about did moving the game time start affect the game? Did moving the start time affect the game? Dylan Cruz just hit a bomb. That's going to go straight away center off the batter's eye. Jesus, he's so good. 2-run bomb for Cruz. So it's 9-3 now, Arkansas. It really, at this point, it's just a matter of what the final score is going to be. LSU's down to its final 2 outs, and they're down 9-3. So they're down 6 with 2 outs remaining. But you're looking at a day where you got blanked for the first 7 innings of this ball game, and at home for this offense, that's just not acceptable. It's not their best day. They had an opportunity in the 4th when Arkansas took a lead. LSU came back. Trey Morgan was at third base. You've probably seen the play by now. Ball got away from the catcher. Morgan broke for home. Certainly was ill-advised, and he was dead to rights, thrown out at the plate. That would have been a game-tying run. Who knows if the game's different from there. It's just what it is. But Paul Skeens came up with some big pitches, and he got you 7 innings of 1-run baseball. When Paul Skeens throws 7 innings of 1-run baseball, you should win that game 100 times out of 100. But it didn't happen for the Tigers today. Skeens struck out 12. He walked 3. He gave up 1 run on 2 hits. I mean, that's a line where losing that game is impossible. If you want another positive, I'll tell you Chase Shores was really good. Shores came in and pitched the 8th and the 9th and got you 6 really big outs. He struck out 3. He walked 1. He gave up 1 hit. But Chase Shores was really good and getting you the 6 outs that he did. So you hate that it went the way it did. Christian Little came in and I believe threw 5 or 6 straight balls and then served one up center cut and, gave up 4 runs. So anyway, disappointing. I don't know what else to say about it. You come back tomorrow, and Will Helmers came in and gave up the grand slam. But you come back tomorrow and you try to win a doubleheader at your home field. Should be a nice day for baseball. The rain's going to come tonight. It'll come on Sunday as well. But this should be your opportunity tomorrow, considering Arkansas has now burned Hagen Smith. They can't bring him back. Their typical approach would be they're going to throw Smith if they have an opportunity to win a game, they'll bring him out of the bullpen and then potentially bring him back later in the weekend if needed. Think about what Paul Maneri did with guys like Jared Bradford or Lewis Coleman in 2009 when Coleman would close game 1 and then start game 3. That's kind of the approach Dave Van Horn has taken with Hagen Smith, but now he's up to 76 pitches. So they're burning him for the weekend right now, and they're going to win this game. So in any event, Tigers are going to drop this one, and they'll need to come back and win a doubleheader tomorrow behind Ty Floyd and and Thatcher Hurd. They'll need good performances. The Bats will certainly have to get going more so than they did today. All right, it's after further review. Theriot is at the game. I'm assuming he's probably left by now, but I went to the game. He's going to jet over here and be here for the Riot Radio Hour starting at 4 o'clock. So Theriot coming up in an hour, for less than an hour from right now, and we got a lot to get to here over the next 3 hours. Let me knock on a break. When this goes final, we'll get you up to date on all that. Also, when we come back, some movement as far as the receivers involving the New Orleans Saints. DJ Chark was a target that many would have liked to see New Orleans sign. Not going to do it. He's signing elsewhere. And Marquez Callaway is on the move. Will not be back with the Saints. We'll tell you where he's headed. That's next. Stay here. It's AFR.
AFR.
AFR is brought to you by Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. Get Gordon and get it done. I was looking at Gordon's social yesterday, and on St. Pat, they had a video of Gordon and his wife on St. Patrick's Day eating breakfast at their house and explaining why they were eating a green breakfast. Talked about his family lineage. All of the social media that Gordon's doing is just fantastic. It's giving you an opportunity to get to know the man that you've seen on TV and billboards for so many years, and also doing a fantastic job of doing things like giving away free legal advice and allowing you to get to know some of the LSU student athletes, part of the G team through the Grubbin with G series that they're doing. I've mentioned Louisiana legal tips. There's one up on the Facebook page right now and on TikTok, all the social medias. It's what do you do if the person that hits you while driving doesn't have insurance? Well, you can get some free legal advice on a social media. Look, if you've been injured, you need representation. Do what injured people in Louisiana have done forever. Get Gordon and get it done.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $10,000 off new 2022 Jeep Gladiators and $8,000 off new 23 Jeep Grand Cherokees. All new Bayou automotive vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
I had to leave my parents. I had to move schools. I don't know anyone here. Everything keeps changing. Why is this happening to me? I'm sure glad you're here.
Change a child's story. There's a child in foster care waiting for a volunteer like you.
Louisiana. It's a place defined by culture, by pride, by passion, by people who do more than love this place. They celebrate it, elevate it, champion it. They are the individuals who embody what makes Louisiana great. The companies that make Louisiana a better place to work and live. The nonprofits leading transformational change in our communities. Champions of Louisiana are all around us, and LWCC is proud to celebrate them because we've always been Louisiana loyal, supporting the workers, the innovators, the change agents of this great place we call home. Who are the champions around you? Together, we can share their stories. Together, we can help our home state thrive. Together, we are Louisiana loyal. Always.
after further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
104.5 ESPN is here with the $1 Million Bracket Challenge. It's powered by Acura of Baton Rouge and Coors Light. Sweet 16 underway. Hopefully you made a standalone bracket. If you had a bad first round, go to 1045ESPN.com. See how you're stacking up against the competition. Remember, the winner of this extra round will receive $100 in Pluckers gift cards. It's the $1 Million Bracket Challenge powered by Acura of Baton Rouge and Coors Light.
How you feeling, Muse?
I'm terrible. Thanks for asking.
Well, let's talk about it a little bit.
I don't want to talk about it.
It's a radio show. Let's talk about it a little bit.
I need time to digest. Otherwise, I might say something I'll regret.
All right, we'll talk to you later then. All right, Theriot's coming up in 45 minutes from right now. We will continue to talk about the LSU baseball game throughout the show here. Tigers lose game 1 to Arkansas. 9-3 is the final. Arkansas led 1-0. Brady Neal solo homer, bottom of the 8th, tied it up at 1. Tigers had a chance to take the lead in the 8th with the bases loaded, couldn't do it, and then ultimately the bullpen with Christian Little and then Will Helmers fell apart. Arkansas put up 8 runs in the 10th inning and walloped LSU as it looks on the final score, 9-3 in the opener. So we'll get back to that coming up here shortly. We'll get more thoughts in Theriot's in studio in 45 minutes. He was at the game today. We are continuing to follow NFL free agency, and one of the positions of need for the New Orleans Saints, unquestionably, is wide receiver. They have, we know, agreed to terms with Michael Thomas to keep him on essentially what amounts to a 1-year prove-it deal, and Chris Olave was magnificent as a rookie, and I think a lot of people are excited about Rashid Shaheed, as you should be. Undrafted free agent who proved himself in big spots. Can he be a consistent contributor on offense? That remains to be seen. But the Saints are going to have to address that position further. You're not going to go into the season with basically 3 receivers you count on. So we've talked a lot about what receivers might be available, what free agent opportunities might be there for the Saints. And one of the names that came up that was a young veteran who was going to be affordable for the New Orleans Saints, very likely, was DJ Chark. And, of course, there's the tie, being a former LSU Tiger, as we all know, but also a guy that was a relatively high draft pick and a guy who has been productive during his time in the NFL, first in Jacksonville in this past season with the Detroit Lions. So we had talked about the possibility of the Saints adding Chark, who had 30 catches for 502 yards and 3 touchdowns this past season. 6'4", he'll be 27 in September. So you're talking about still a young receiver who has been productive, isn't necessarily going to be your number 1, but a guy who will be a very valuable 2 or 3 on your team. 2018 second-round pick, 4 years in Jacksonville. Actually was a Pro Bowler in 2019, and he was averaged better than 14 yards a catch during his young NFL career. But DJ Chark is not going to be headed to New Orleans because he's headed to Carolina. That deal inked today. So no terms of the deal yet, but when you look at Carolina, you can see very clearly what they are doing. And I am certain some of you are going to grow tired of me talking about Carolina. But if you are objectively removing yourself and looking at what Carolina has done this offseason and not thinking of it through the prism of a Saints fan, Carolina has set themselves up for a really potentially prosperous half decade or so. They have done, every team in the NFL, or excuse me, in the NFC South has taken a certain approach and a certain tact with how they're looking at this offseason. And now they're looking at the rebuild. Look, it was the worst division in football a year ago. The Saints are still trying to win now. The Bucs are in full tear-down mode. The Panthers shipped off assets last year and are in rebuild mode, traded up to get their quarterback. And the Falcons are still in the midst of their rebuild. We'll see if Desmond Ridder's the guy. But I'm going to say it again. Carolina was 7-10 last year, the same record as the Saints. Carolina last year beat the Saints twice. They had an interim coach for the bulk of the season. They've hired a guy that is a respected offensive mind. In trading Anderson and McCaffrey, they recouped plenty of assets such that trading up to get the number 1 overall pick in the draft didn't cost them their entire loot, and they still have 7 picks in this year's draft, including 3 in the top 100. 1 overall, and I believe it's 39 overall. I'm not looking at it right now. And then look at what they've done in free agency because they had cap space. They signed Shai Tuttle. They signed Von Bell at safety. They re-signed Bradley Bozeman, their center. They brought in Andy Dalton to be their backup, very likely a mentor for the first-round pick that they draft. They brought in Hayden Hurst at tight end. Deshaun Williams is the defensive tackle. They added Miles Sanders at running back, so you get a 25-year-old who can replace Christian McCaffrey in your offense. They signed a veteran receiver in Adam Thielen, and now they've signed another veteran receiver in DJ Chark to go along with Terrace Marshall, who's still there, and I would assume they might even draft a receiver. And they've also signed Eddie Pinheiro at kicker and another offensive lineman in Justin McCray. But I don't know how you can objectively look at Carolina and think at this point, man, what are they doing in Carolina? What's the vision there? The vision is very clear. They've supplemented a team that was on the verge of being 500 a year ago. They're adding what they hope will be their franchise quarterback, and they're giving him weapons. Thielen, Chark, Miles Sanders to go along with Terrace Marshall, who's already there. You've re-signed your starting center in Bradley Bozeman. You're fortifying your defense up front and at safety. Like, again, you don't have to like it. You can disagree with me, but if you're disagreeing with me, it's strictly on the premise of the fact that you don't want to give Carolina credit for the fact that they are very strategically and soundly building a roster that is better than yours. And if, big if, but if, they hit with that first pick, if it's C.J. Stroud or Bryce Young, whichever way they go, if they hit, Carolina is poised to control this division for the next decade. As for the Saints, they continue to look for receiver help, and a guy that we know won't be back now is Marquez Callaway. He's being signed by a guy that knows him well, Sean Payton. Marquez Callaway today signed with the Denver Broncos. So Sean now is bringing another former Saint to Denver. Callaway, it's a 1-year deal with Denver. He entered the league as an undrafted free agent. His most productive season was the 2021 season, which was Sean Payton's last, of course. He had 46 catches for 698. We know what happened that year with all the injuries at receiver. You know, Michael Thomas missed the entire season, and Callaway's an undrafted rookie, had to emerge and be your number one guy. But you know, he's played 14 games with, in 2022, played 14 games with 3 starts. His role diminished, obviously, behind Chris Olave and Jarvis Landry, albeit he was injured, we know. It's worth mentioning that Denver also added Tony Jones Jr., the former Notre Dame running back that Sean Payton signed as an undrafted free agent, and the Saints let go. He's now headed to Denver with Sean Payton as well, which makes sense. I mean, these are guys that Sean Payton scouted, liked, signed, used. He left, and now he knows the player, and they know him and his expectations. So, and he knows their skill set. So Callaway goes to Denver. The Pels chose not to offer him a restricted free agent contract. They didn't tender him because they probably assumed they could have maybe signed him to a cheaper deal than what they would have had to if they had tendered him. But as it is, Callaway signs with Denver. I would have loved to have seen Marquez Callaway back. I don't blame Callaway for leaving New Orleans for what he thinks might be a better opportunity, considering you're looking at the Saints roster and you've got Chris Olave there and you've got Michael Thomas coming back. To whatever degree he'll be there, we'll see. And we're all assuming the Saints are still not done at receiver. So, you know, I look at this Saints roster right now and what they're doing at receiver, and that still now is a major need. I know what I have in Chris Olave, but I have no idea what I'm going to get from Michael Thomas, which is very fair to say. The guy hasn't played in 3 years. So it is fair to look at Michael Thomas and say, that's a 0 until I see it. And then we could look at Rashid Shaheed, who had a very nice season a year ago with 28 catches for 488 yards. He could be a very good number 3, stretch the field type guy. And I know the Saints are going to use Juwan Johnson as a receiver and Alvin Kamara as a receiver, so you're going to have other pass catchers. but you need receiving depth. Traquan Smith is still under contract. We'll see what they elect to do there. Jarvis Landry's a free agent. It's unlikely that he's back. And Marquez Callaway is gone. So when you look at your leading receivers from a year ago, again, not pass catchers, I'm specifically talking about wide receivers. It was Olave, Rashid Shaheed, Traquan Smith, Jarvis, Michael Thomas, Marquez Callaway. Well, when you look at it, Olave's back, Rashid Shaheed's back, and that's it. So unless you're really counting or really banking on Traquan Smith at this point. But what direction the Saints go, if it's free agency, if it's the draft, I'm a little open to either. But I'll tell you, I do look at this year's draft almost like I look at this year's running back draft class as well, where there is so much talented depth at the receiver position in this year's draft. Like, I think at the top of the draft, you're probably taking a little bit of a shot. Like, do you really want to use a first-round pick on Zay Flowers from Boston College? I get it. He tested off the charts, but I also have questions there. But if you're sitting there in round 3 and Kayshon Boutte's there in round 3, that's a no-brainer, right? There is great receiving depth throughout this draft, whereas maybe there's not the no-doubt Jamar Chase top 5 pick, Justin Jefferson first-rounder in this year's draft. But you're going to have great depth throughout it. If you're looking at the free agent class, we talked about this as well. I mean, Kenny Galladay's 29 years old. Robbie Anderson's 29 years old. Randall Cobb's 32. Marvin Jones is 33. Julio's 34. Byron Pringle's 29. Jarvis is 30. N'Keal Harry's a young guy at 25, but has never produced. You see what I mean? Like, there are guys whose names you'll recognize. They're just older players. So it's fair to say, like, what would you realistically expect? Do you want to bring in a guy like on a 1-year prove-it deal like with Michael Thomas? That's fine if you want to do it, but ultimately you're going to have guys that you know there's an expectation of what you're going to get from them outside of just Chris Olave and whatever you think you're going to get from Kamara and Juwan Johnson as pass catchers. So one of the sort of interesting wide receiver free agents that we had talked about in DJ Chark, he's off the board. He's headed to Carolina. He'll catch passes from whoever will be the first pick in next month's draft. But the Saints still looking for receivers now. Chark signs with Carolina and Marquez Callaway on the move to Denver. All right, it is After Further Review. We're glad to have you hanging out with us here on a Friday edition of AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Earlier today, I was over at the Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana. 2 great locations, Bluebonnet in Baton Rouge, Ambassador Caffrey in Lafayette. I tell you every day about hormone replacement therapy, but remember, they also have medical-grade supplements. So, like, you know, about a year ago when I went for my blood labs, we noticed my cholesterol was elevated a little bit. Well, I didn't need to be on cholesterol medicine. It was just one of those things where at 40 years old, they said, hey, we need to start taking a look at that. Look, why don't we try a supplement? So we tried Coritin. So I started taking Coritin as part of my daily regimen, and that, a little bit of weight loss, and my cholesterol has come back to normal, healthy levels. So things like that, catching things early and safely supplementing you to get you to healthy levels is all about maintaining a healthy body, a healthy lifestyle, a healthy body composition as well. It's at the Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana. Bluebonnet in Baton Rouge, Ambassador Caffrey in Lafayette, and online, theantiagingclinics.com, theantiagingclinics.com. All right, it is After Further Review. LSU loses to Arkansas Game 1, 9-3. Jay Johnson with his post-game media availability. We'll let you hear some of what Jay Johnson had to say recapping this game in just a little bit. Theriot's coming in 32 minutes from right now. So a ton to get to here over the course of this 3-hour show. Quick break. We'll go around the SEC. Remember, the LSU women's basketball team plays here in about half an hour from right now. They're set for a 4 o'clock Central Time tip in the Sweet 16 against Utah. So we'll keep you posted on that game as well as we move into hour 2. All right, glad you're here with us. Stick around. It's AFR.
AFR.
AFR is brought to you by Clegg's Nursery with 4 locations in the greater Baton Rouge area. Weekend is here, and look, we might be dodging some raindrops, but Saturday actually looks really good. So if you get up early, it's a great opportunity to get by Clegg's Nursery, maybe get in the garden before the game starts tomorrow, the LSU baseball games, or maybe a little gardening between the games. They're playing a doubleheader on Saturday. Whatever it is, if you need flowers, they got them. You want some rose bushes, great selection. You want plants and trees, you want to plant that vegetable garden, Clegg's Nursery can help you out with that as well. As you're bringing your lawn back to life, if you're noticing weeds and dead spots in your lawn,
Clegg's has the weed-killing cocktail and all of the products to bring that lawn back to life, to be the envy of the neighborhood, a beautiful green plush lawn. They can help you at Clegg's Nursery. Siegen near Airline, LA 16 in Denham, Mid-City on Donmore, and the Garden Center on Greenwell Springs. 4 great locations to help you. Buy local, shop local, and tell them Matt sent you in to Clegg's Nursery.
At Corvell Toyota in Opelousas, you can get 3.99% financing on select 2023 models. And as always, you will never pay over MSRP. We also have a large selection of pre-owned inventory. So come on down to Happy Town. That's Corvell Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Hi, I'm Brandon Landry, founder and CEO of WR.
Hi, my name is Dr. Craig Green.
This is Ryan Theriot with HUDCORoofing.com.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. No matter how big your commercial roofing job, HUDCO can help.
My patients come to me because they trust that I can get the job done at a high level. Ryan Theriot and Richard Tilley have the same level of trust when it comes to roofing.
If you have a roofing issue, call HUDCO Roofing.
Give us a call, 364-1007, and we'll come to your house and give you a free inspection.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
I had to leave my parents. I had to move schools. I don't know anyone here. Everything keeps changing. Why is this happening to me? I'm sure glad you're here.
Change a child's story. There's a child in foster care waiting for a volunteer like you.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
We are rolling here on a Friday edition of AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. 27 minutes from now, Theriot in studio for the Ride Radio Hours. Just knocking off of work. Haven't heard yet. Maybe some of you are leaving the box. Tigers lose today 9-3. Paul Skeens was his brilliant self, struck out 12, gave LSU 7 innings of 2-hit, 1-run ball. The run he gave up was a bloop, a wild pitch, and a sac fly. Was it a walk? It was a walk, a wild pitch.
No, it was a double wild pitch.
Wild pitch, sac fly is what got him home. So that was the first run that Arkansas scored. LSU would answer bottom 8 with a home run by Brady Neal. Tigers couldn't push across the go-ahead run, and then an 8-run 10th inning for Arkansas. A 3-run homer and a grand slam is what did it. So in any event, Tigers will play 2 tomorrow against the Hogs. No games on Sunday. They're going to play the doubleheader, 2 9-inning games on Saturday, and Tigers will need to win both to go win the weekend. All right, it's after further review. We're glad to have you hanging out with us here. We'll talk plenty about the game, and we will let you hear from Jay Johnson coming up shortly if there is something to be excited about, the Pels won yesterday. That means 3 in a row, which means we got Graf. Give me Graf.
Feed it to Jonas, right lane line. One-on-one with Richards. Plenty of time. Pop a 10-footer in. Jonas is cooking, baby.
Let the big dog eat.
I mean, you want to smile. Look, even Muso's smiling now. You get Graf and JD.
I'm glad JD's back, man.
When JD is there as the beautiful compliment to Graf, it's a wonderful thing. The Pels have won 3 in a row. We got Graf and JD back. It feels like December all over again. Give me more Graf. Give me more Graf.
Jump feed out to Ingram. Steps into a straightaway 3 and hit it.
That is, the game is so easy when you've got unselfish guys and you're making shots.
Brandon Ingram, his first triple-double of his career. One more. Give me more. One more time. Give me Graf.
CJ to the rack. Scooping righty layup. No. Make it 19 rebounds. Jonas Valanciunas with a follow-up two-hand dagger slam.
Let's go. 3 in a row for the Pels. Big opportunity as they head to the West Coast for a 4-game West Coast swing. And this will very likely determine, if you are playing for anything down the stretch. You're going to go play 4 games on the West Coast. You got to play Sacramento. You got to play Golden State. You got to play Denver. You play the Clippers without Paul George, which is certainly a benefit. But, you've got to be able to go out there and split. Pelicans are currently in the 10 seed ahead of OKC and Utah. So Pels right now at 36 and 37, tied with the Mavs, the Lakers, and game and a half behind Golden State for the 6th seed. So the opportunity's there. Can you go make the most of it? We'll see. Okay, it's after further review. Brought to you by DraftKings, official sports betting partner of the NBA. And, of course, Sweet 16 rolls on tonight. Had some games yesterday, some really good games yesterday, as a matter of fact. And it'll continue tonight. So if you want to bet, download the DraftKings Sportsbook. Use the promo code Baton Rouge. If you're a new customer, use the promo code Baton Rouge. If you're a new customer, use the promo code Baton Rouge. Make a $5 pregame money line bet on the Sweet 16. And if you hit, they'll give you $150 in free bets. That's only at the DraftKings Sportsbook. Got to use the promo code Baton Rouge. And every day throughout March Madness, there's different odds boosts and different parlays that are available to you. So make sure you're checking back every single day at the DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use the promo code Baton Rouge. 21 and older, physically present in Louisiana. Select parishes only. Free bet expires 7 days after issuance. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/basketball. Terms. Licensing partner Gold Nugget Lake Charles. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 1-800-426-2537. Okay, we do it every day about this time. Let's go around the SEC.
Around the SEC, presented by Gulf Coast Office Products. Excellence in imaging solutions.
Well, not a great night for Tennessee and Arkansas. The Hogs never got going. Coming off an upset win over the top seed Kansas Jayhawks, the 8-seed Razorbacks fell short against the 4-seed UConn Huskies. 88-65 was the final, so Eric Musselman's squad falls short of a third straight trip to the Elite Eight. How about Tennessee? Shorthanded 4th seed. They built a halftime lead against FAU, but went ice cold in the second half. The 9th seed, FAU Owls, they heated up. They knocked Tennessee out of the tournament with a 62-55 win. So Alabama now remains the lone hope for the Southeastern Conference as the tournament's number 1 overall seed will take on the 5th seed San Diego State Aztecs Friday night in the Sweet 16. As for baseball, 1 game on Thursday night, and Georgia got it done in 11 innings. Auburn got it done. Auburn got it done in 11 innings. 7-6, Auburn beats Georgia in Auburn. Walk-off win in the bottom of the 11th for the Auburn Tigers. Auburn gets their first SEC win after being swept last weekend up at Arkansas. Georgia falls to 0-4 in league play. The rest of the league schedule tonight, as you already know, LSU did lose to Arkansas today, 9-3. Coming up at 4 o'clock Central, so in about 20 minutes, Number 4, Vanderbilt is at the Dude to take on Mississippi State. Texas A&M and Tennessee tonight in a battle of ranked teams coming off of poor opening weekends. Missouri and South Carolina, a couple teams that swept their season opening series. They play in Columbia, South Carolina this weekend. As we mentioned, Georgia-Auburn game 2 tonight. Kentucky is at Alabama. Of course, Kentucky off a season opening sweep of Mississippi State. And Florida-Ole Miss, two teams which had vastly different results opening weekend. This one is in Oxford. And that game tonight is actually postponed due to weather. So they'll get that series started on Saturday in Oxford. All right, there you have it. That is Around the SEC presented by Gulf Coast Office Products. Shout out to our guy, Trey Beal, and our friends at Gulf Coast Office Products. You know where to find them. GCOPnet.com, GCOPnet.com for Gulf Coast Office Products. Face-to-face sales service after the sale. That's what you always get with our friends at Gulf Coast Office Products. They are a proud leader, a national leader among Savin dealers. But they will service all different makes and models. It's Gulf Coast Office Products, GCOPnet.com, GCOPnet.com for Gulf Coast Office Products. Two things. I'm looking at the text line. Doug Dietz said, Matt, LSU better get ready to face every left-handed pitcher in the SEC every game. First of all, Muse is rolling his eyes. Hagen Smith is a legit ace, okay? I'm not going to tell you Holland was, the kid who started the game for Arkansas. But LSU also, until today, had not lost to a left-handed pitcher. And of the 12 runs they scored last Saturday against Texas A&M, 10 of them came off of lefties. Please stop being reactionary and stupid. I'm not calling you stupid, Doug, or any of you are saying that. This is a narrative that fans too often get a small sample size of something, it becomes a fan echo chamber, and then every time you see it happen, it becomes a thing. Like last year with Jordan Thompson's defense. Beginning of the season, Jordan Thompson was bad. He got very good as the season went along, but any time thereafter he made an error, it was Jordan Thompson stinks at defense. You got to stop marrying yourself to that idea that LSU can't hit left-handed pitcher. We saw it. Dylan Cruz hit a bomb off of Hagen Smith in extra innings. The homer to tie it from Brady Neal came off of left-hander Hagen Smith in the 8th. LSU loaded the bases against him. Please stop with that silly narrative. That's number one. Then I got one from Earl that says Jay Johnson was out-coached today. I don't know what brilliant move Dave Van Horn made in a 1-0 ball game, other than he put his best pitcher in the game when they had a lead. Please, what brilliant magic pixie dust did Dave Van Horn sprinkle on his roster today? They struck out 12 times and had 2 hits off LSU's ace, Paul Skeens. They got a run home because double, wild pitch, sac fly. They manufactured 1 run. Is Dave Van Horn brilliant? How did Dave Van Horn outcoach Jay Johnson today? Ultimately, Jay went to the bullpen. Chase Shores got the outs you needed. You couldn't, with the bases loaded, the middle of your lineup couldn't get it done. Jordan Thompson popped out. Tommy White struck out. Trey Morgan popped out. Can you put a ball in play? You do, you win the game. And I'm not getting silly text messages like that. It's the biggest difference with baseball and any other sport. In baseball, in football, an offensive coordinator can dictate the flow and tempo of a game. You can call plays. You can out-scheme somebody. All that is possible. In baseball, there's a couple of decisions a game that are going to dictate, in large part, that could potentially dictate an outcome. Do you leave in a pitcher too long? Do you get him too early? Do you pinch hit in a certain spot? Look, Dave Van Horn did pinch hit in the 9-hole. And they had a friggin' grand slam. Great. I mean, it was a three-run shot of Christian Little. I need Christian Little to throw strikes. Is Jay Johnson being outcoached because Christian Little didn't throw strikes? Who else are you going to go to in that situation except the guy who you've molded to be your closer? Guy's got to go throw strikes. Anyway. The reactionary Nate, listen, y'all. I know I have this conversation every year. Every single year. And this is true with so many LSU baseball fans. You go into baseball with a football mindset. You lose a game and the sky's falling. It's baseball. You're not going to win all 56. You're going to lose games. You need to find a way to win those 2 tomorrow, win this series. If you do, you're leading the SEC West after 2 weekends with Tennessee coming in. You're not going to win them all. Did today sting because Paul Skeens was on the mound and struck out 12 and gave you 7 innings of one-run baseball? Yes, it does. It stings. Should have gotten that one. Didn't. Okay? Go win tomorrow. Let's talk about it on Monday. All right, Theriot's here in 15 minutes. Let me knock out a break. It's AFR.
AFR.
AFR is brought to you by River City's 1 Hour Air, where they're always on time or you don't pay a dime. 752-0001, 752-0001, 752-0001. Look for the big yellow vans and trucks with a giant clock on the side. You can't miss them. It's River City's 1 Hour Air. I'm going to mention this again. Call for your preseason AC tune-up. Mention the Moscona special. They'll knock $25 off. Make sure you do this before the warm weather comes. Make sure your Home Central AC is ready for the triple-digit temps, is ready to run at max efficiency and not fail you. The worst thing that could happen when it's 100 degrees outside is your AC goes out. That sucks. You want a way to prevent it? Have that standard maintenance done every year and call River City's 1 Hour Air to do it. Call right now. Pick up your phone. What are you doing? You sitting around listening to me? Call them. 752-0001, 752-0001, or 1hourbr.com. For River City's 1 Hour Air, 752-0001.
Louisiana. It's a place defined by culture, by pride, by passion, by people who do more than love this place. They celebrate it, elevate it, champion it. They are the individuals who embody what makes Louisiana great. The companies that make Louisiana a better place to work and live. The nonprofits leading transformational change in our communities. Champions of Louisiana are all around us, and LWCC is proud to celebrate them because we've always been Louisiana loyal, supporting the workers, the innovators, the change agents of this great place we call home. Who are the champions around you? Together, we can share their stories. Together, we can help our home state thrive. Together, we are Louisiana loyal. Always.
I'm Chris Nakamoto, and here's what I'm working on for my stories on WBRZ Channel 2 tonight. Following a WBRZ report, the city is taking action to get rid of an eyesore off of Government Street. Abandoned lifeboats dumped in the middle of an empty lot not far from the electric depot have been there for so long they're now showing up on satellite imagery. The owner and former tenant of the property now have a deadline or blight court proceedings will begin. I'm Chris Nakamoto from WBRZ. Watch more tonight on WBRZ Channel 2.
Bayou Ford has $10,000 off MSRP on select new 2022 Ford F-150 trucks. $10,000 off plus 0% financing. And all new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Hi, I'm Brandon Landry, founder and CEO of Walker.
Hi, my name is Dr. Craig Green.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
All right, the first game in Greenville has gone final. Miami beats Villanova 70-65. The Hurricanes, man, their little magical run continues on to the Elite Eight. So LSU, Utah will follow, and the winner will get the Miami Hurricanes. So we will follow that as we move throughout the remainder of the show. Theriot's here in about 11 minutes from right now. We're glad you're with us. Right now, Musso has Tigers in the pros.
Tigers in the pros. They still bleed purple and gold. They're just really rich now. Presented by Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, where Baton Rouge gets engaged.
All right, Scone told you about it in the second segment, but if you weren't here, DJ Chark, he's on the move to the NFC South. He's now a member of the Carolina Panthers. Sources tell ESPN it is a one-year deal, a second-round pick in 2018. First 4 seasons with the Jags, but overall, after a Pro Bowl selection in 2019, 177 receptions, over 2,500 yards, and 18 touchdowns in the career for DJ Chark, now a member of the Carolina Panthers. Spring training baseball yesterday, Alex Bregman back in the lineup for the Houston Astros. Turned in a 2-for-4 day, hit his third double of the spring as well. Drove in, I'm sorry, that's the person above him. He didn't drive in any runs, but he is hitting 270 on the spring and gearing up to defend a title with the Houston Astros. Alex Lang had another shutout inning of relief, this one to close the game for the Detroit Tigers. 1 inning, 1 hit, did walk 1, but struck out 2. Really just the one bad outing that elevated the ERA north of 9. It's now down to 4.50. The Brooklyn Nets might really be going in on this whole tank thing now.
Might be.
Well, now they're even sitting Cam Thomas, Matt. They're not letting him play. But they're not letting the kid play because he scores too much.
This was so obvious. We need to go back to Tigers. We need to search the Nets or Cam Thomas's game stats for the year. After they traded KD and Kyrie.
How many?
And Cam went off. We need to go back and listen because we talked about that then. Like, they're going to bench him. It's because we did the whole Major League bit, like, how about a series of fines for good play? Or bonuses for bad play, something like that. Like, as a matter of time, they're trying to lose, man.
The last 2 games, he's been a DNP coach's decision. Like, he's not hurt, coach's decision. So, I guess Cam Thomas's season is over. I don't know. We'll keep looking and checking to see if he's out there. But right now, he's not.
They're in the playoffs. They're in the play. Well, they're in the play-in. They're in the 7th seed right now. They're 39 and 34.
Yeah, they got to get out of that thing if they want to tank. They got to get out of that. All right, we'll wrap it up.
They have lost 5 in a row.
See, I bet he hadn't played in any of them. We'll go back and look. I bet he hadn't played in any of them. World Golf Championships, the Dell Technologies match play. We're on to the knockout round. So is Sam Burns, winning again today. This time 2-up over Seamus Power. So Burnsy, on to the weekend. Knockout stage. See if you can't collect a World Golf Championship. That's Tigers in the Pros.
Presented by Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, lmfj.com. That's lmfj.com for Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. 2 locations in Baton Rouge Corporate, in Bocage, and in the Mall of Louisiana. It's Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. Listen, it's where Baton Rouge is going to get engaged for 30 years. You know that by now. And if you're thinking about buying that diamond, that beautiful diamond, the best way to say I love you and to say forever, the best place to go is Lee Michaels because they have the highest quality diamonds. The gorgeous sparkle that is going to thrill her, make you a hero, and shine forever. It's at Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, where you always get the Lee Michaels experience. LMFJ.com, LMFJ.com for Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. I got another text in the show that said, let Paul Skeens hit. No. You have enough offense in this lineup. You do. You have enough bats. You're having trouble getting good players, ABs, because you're so deep. What I need Paul Skeens to do is be singularly focused on pitching 7 innings of 1-run ball and striking out 12. That should be enough. You don't need Paul Skeens to do any more, because if doing more compromises the thing he needs to do, I'm not good with that. And you know what I'm also not good with? I'm not good with Paul Skeens taking a high heater on the hand. I'm not good with Paul Skeens standing on first base, diving back into the bag, and having someone step on his hand or him popping a shoulder like Tommy White did. Stop overreacting to this game. It's baseball. Alex Lang lost a 1-0 game one time. Did he pitch a complete game and lost? Nikki Fargas is on TV talking about LSU getting ready to go by that. Now, that's comic relief.
Got him.
That is comic relief. Comic relief. LSU's getting ready to play in the Sweet 16, and Nikki Fargas has to sit there in studio and talk about it.
She went to one of those.
With UNLV? Or with UCLA?
No, with LSU.
That happened, really?
That was like her only tournament appearance with LSU. They
like her first year or something, maybe?
Yeah, pretty much. I think it was.
Don't remember. It probably was. Boy, she just didn't want to recruit. Nice lady. Good coach. Just did not want to recruit a lick. Whew. Anyway. All right. It's after further review. Theriot was at the box. He'll be in studio for a little Riot Radio. We'll do Ryan's Letter. We'll do Kick Rocks. We'll do all that good stuff coming up. We'll talk about tomorrow as well. What does LSU need to do to get a couple of wins against Arkansas as they'll play a 9-inning doubleheader tomorrow starting at 1 o'clock. All right, it's after further review brought to you by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Hour number 2 is next.
AFR.
AFR is brought to you by South Point Volkswagen. A weekend is here. A weekend is here. What a great time to go test drive a vehicle. Listen, the overwhelming majority of people shop online for everything now, and that includes your vehicle. So you can log on to southpointvw.com, southpointvw.com, and you can search their entire inventory. New, certified, pre-owned, you can search by year, make, model, body style, price, whatever criteria, it'll load it right there for you. And remember, you'll also see images, not of like factory images of vehicles. You will see the actual vehicle on the lot and all of the features. You can even work out your financing online. So do all that and then go to South Point Volkswagen and test drive and buy it. Airline just north of Highland, Louisiana's largest volume Volkswagen dealer. The Atlas, the 3-row 7-seater, family SUV, or the Crossport, which is what I just bought last week. It's at South Point Volkswagen. SouthPointVW.com.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust Poll of the Day. Vote daily inside off the bench anytime. Hunt Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the Poll of the Day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
I had to leave my parents. I had to move schools. I don't know anyone here. Everything keeps changing. Why is this happening to me? I'm sure glad you're here.
Change a child's story. There's a child in foster care waiting for a volunteer like you.
Louisiana. It's a place defined by culture, by pride, by passion, by people who do more than love this place. They celebrate it, elevate it, champion it. They are the individuals who embody what makes Louisiana great. The companies that make Louisiana a better place to work and live. The nonprofits leading transformational change in our communities. Champions of Louisiana are all around us, and LWCC is proud to celebrate them because we've always been Louisiana loyal, supporting the workers, the innovators, the change agents of this great place we call home. Who are the champions around you? Together, we can share their stories. Together, we can help our home state thrive. Together, we are Louisiana loyal. Always.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Moon Griffon is back. The voice of Louisiana politics makes his return to Baton Rouge. Catch the Moon Griffon Show weekdays from 9 to 11 a.m. on Talk 107.3.
This is Sports.
I'm Kevin Wittridge. Huge day of basketball for the University of Miami. Both men's and women's teams are playing Sweet 16 games in their respective tournaments. The women a 9 seed taking on the 4 seed Villanova. The women were up by 21 starting the third. They trailed in the fourth quarter. Final moment.
And Villanova running out of time. History continues for the Hurricanes. Their first Elite 8 in program history.
The call on ESPN television, Miami's women beat Villanova 70-65. They await the winner between LSU and Utah. As for the men, they are going to face one of the 2 1 seeds remain in the men's bracket. Miami gets Houston, Midwest Regional semifinal tonight in Kansas City. South Region's top seed, Alabama, they tip 6:30 p.m. Eastern against San Diego State. That game will be in Louisville. News from the NBA, the Mavericks make it official, file the protest for Wednesday night's loss against the Warriors. At the end of that game, if you remember, Luka Doncic made the money gesture towards officials. League didn't like it. Fined him $35,000 today for that symbol.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. They're close, convenient, and have the parts you need fast, along with excellent customer service from professional parts people you can trust. Stop by your local O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge Studios.
That's right.
It's that Louisiana boy, yeah, they call him the Riot. Born and raised in the swamps, on the fight like a tiger. He going beast mode, baby, he a beast though. What you think he supposed to do? You picture better reload.
After further review, the Riot Radio Hour with Matt Moscona and Ryan Theriot.
Well, how's your week going?
Week was good.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, but good. I'm full of good ideas.
On ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Here comes Theriot, the throw, not in time. Scudero delivers and the Giants lead for 3 in the 10th.
The wave pool, although probably full of bacteria, flesh-eating parasites, and the occasional turd, provides endless hours of fun. It's not cool to have a 30A sticker on the back of your grocery go-getter. Big fan of the truck.
The Riot Radio Hour.
Theriot around third. He heads for home. Here's the throw. He is safe. Tigers win. Tigers win. He on third and it's about to finish. Please, let's go.
Number 2, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
You're a loser, Matt.
Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
Mewtwo. We're here. Glad you are. We need to make that longer. We got to make the. Can we make the tail on that longer as possible? Yeah, it is longer. Cool. We're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there, make it a good one. Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
How was the game?
Can't get to that. I'm gonna get to that in a second.
Okay.
We talk about my guy Steel Bill on here a lot.
Yeah, Steel Bill Baby.
Because he does the walkout song.
People ask me all the time what that is. Steel Bill Baby.
So that was he created that. That was my walkout song in 2011 in St. Louis. But he's a local artist and businessman here in town. He's dropping a nationwide single today.
Oh, Steel Bill Baby. Can we play it?
It's called Roll. I've got the clean version. We'll listen to it in the break and just kind of see. I haven't done that yet. I mean, I've listened to the other version. Anyway, I want to shout out my guy, dude. He's going nationwide. Steel Bill Baby.
I mean, he already has. We've been playing that song for how many years now on this show?
Yeah.
I mean,
for a long time.
What do you mean? Of course. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I went to the game.
Do you want to talk about now or not now?
I want to talk about it. How long? I'm here for 2 hours.
Yeah.
I want to talk about it for 2 hours.
Well, I got a lot I want to talk about. Okay. We got to do Kick Rocks. Okay. We'll talk about the World Baseball Classic. We got to ask Ryan.
Okay.
Lady Tigers are about to start the Sweet 16 game. We got to talk about the doubleheader tomorrow. St. Jude Fair is this weekend.
Oh, they always have the best crawfish. Crawfish. I'm going.
When are you going tonight? Are you going tomorrow? I'm going tomorrow.
Tonight, Mike. Well, the girls are. I may go tonight and get some crawfish. Well, it's gonna be raining.
Will you still go? Got some raindrops. It ain't gonna be bad. Wait. So do you want to? How about you go get some crawfish? You bring because I'll have Drew at the house. You can go get crawfish. Come over. We'll eat crawfish on the back patio.
Hey, shout out to the moron that was sitting in front of me at the game that just complained the whole time too, and that's why I don't like going.
It's the worst.
I mean, these guys, oh come on. I'm gonna start calling y'all out too by name on social media. Just FYI, it's happening. The idiot morons on social media that say that this one can't hit and that one's no good, and then Skeens. I just saw the Skeens needs to be hitting. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. I just scrolled through that. And then LSU can't hit a lefty. Like that was some chop liver lefty that was pitching. The guy was throwing 95, 96 with a nasty breaking ball and a good changeup. He's gonna be a draft pick. Like he's a guy.
What do you know about baseball?
And then the reliever was even better, by the way.
Yeah, no. So Hagen Smith is their ace, the reliever who came.
He was nasty.
He's their ace. They're just because they've had some injuries. They're trying to use him multiple times in the week, and they're picking their spot where to burn. So when they had a lead, they brought Smith in to go, okay, we can steal this one. And then if they had been able to finish it off without him throwing 70 pitches, and this were going to be a full 3-game weekend, maybe he'd come back on Sunday. Kind of like what Paul used to do with Lewis Coleman in 2009. But we'd close on Friday and start on Sunday. But
we'll go more in depth to the game in a little while.
Okay, are you?
I do have a letter, and it's baseball too. Yeah.
What else is on your mind today? Yeah, would love to hear it. What else is on your mind? Yeah, it's great. Would love to hear it.
So I'm writing this letter to baseball in America. So I don't necessarily know. I guess if you participate, this is to you. I don't participate anymore,
So if you're a baseball player,
or coach, or scout,
okay.
Like if you're in the game.
What about fans?
No, they're good. They're
off them.
Off them. Yep, they're good. All right. What was once, dear baseball in America.
Dear baseball.
What was once a game of strategy, unique skill sets, and selfless play has turned into the exact opposite. Well, at least in America.
Oh.
Nowhere has this been on more display than the recently completed World Baseball Classic. You got some thoughts on this. In order to correct the problem, you have to identify what's causing it. And that's where I tend to struggle a little bit there, Matty boy. Part of me thinks it started with the scouts being lazy.
Okay.
What I mean by this is, analytics was created to justify either paying guys or not paying guys. Okay? The Oakland A's years ago started to construct teams based solely on numbers or stats. They would famously spend less than everyone else, and they were able to field a competitive team, not a championship team, but a competitive one. The focus wasn't necessarily on winning the game, rather winning the spending war, because most owners want to make as much money as possible. You began to see others adapt the model. And just like that, you had the birth of analytics, is what we see now.
Yeah.
Showcase tournaments and events bring all the best players in the region to one location, in America.
Yeah.
Scouts can meet up in Atlanta, for instance, spend a week or so, watch a kid play 3 or 4 games, get all his measurables from the internet. Never talking to the kid, never looking in his eyes and learning his character, never meeting his parents, just a 3-day tryout. The numbers gathered covers the scout's ass in case the kid stinks. In other words, it's not the scout's fault because numbers don't lie, Matt.
No, they don't.
The problem is they do.
Numbers do lie?
Oh, yeah. In this case, they do.
Huh.
It's impossible to tell in 3 games if a player is a winning player. If the goal is to find the highest exit velocity, then that's easy. All you have to do is Google it. But I've been around the game for long enough to know that I've never seen exit velocity help a player get a hit in the bottom of the 9th inning with the bases loaded and 60,000 fans screaming at you.
Good point.
That
that's a good point.
takes character. And it's impossible to measure character by running the 60-yard dash or throwing a bullpen. Okay.
Now, I feel like I have pretty good character, but I don't have good exit velocity.
How do you know? Never done it. You might.
No.
You might. You're a strong guy. You got good hand-eye coordination. You might. That's my point.
Yeah,
You could be a guy.
I don't think I could be a guy.
Gone are the days of moving runners. Doesn't happen anymore. You rarely see a bunt or a hit and run. Every coach plays for the big inning. The shift put on display the inability for hitters of today's game to actually control the barrel of the bat. Hitters continue to hit into the shift and lose games. They did this because there was an outside chance that they might hit a homer, Matt. Meanwhile, their average hovered around 200. I don't blame the players because winning is no longer rewarded. It's all about your individual stats.
So you can get paid.
So you can get paid. It's no secret that I absolutely love the World Baseball Classic. I think I stated that last week, week before last.
Last week you did, yes.
The passion and the energy that those guys played with reminds me of some of my best baseball memories, and I'm bad at that, by the way. Memories, not good at memories.
That's true.
Omaha, Nebraska in 2000 for the College World Series. Great. 2011 World Series, St. Louis, a 2012 World Series in San Francisco. There's nothing better than a win or go home baseball game. And that's what I felt like the World Baseball Classic was. The United States of America's team got taken to school on how to execute a game plan and win a game. Everyone wanted to be the hero. Nobody played for their country. Rather, they played for themselves. And I don't care how many times you say it in the media that you're playing for your country. When you strike out with no outs and a runner on first base, that's selfish. Okay? It's called a bunt. Move the runner over. All kind of good things can happen when you move a runner into scoring position. It starts at the youth level, though, and I hope that we can continue to create winners at Traction. Shout out my boy Brad Cressy.
Shout out.
But Team Japan just gave the American players a free clinic on how to play the American pastime. Good for them. Hopefully we learn from it. Sincerely, Ryan.
We lost 3-2.
We didn't execute.
We lost 3-2.
We didn't execute. We didn't move runners.
No clinic.
Oh, yeah. Yes,
I watched one pitch.
Far, far, far superior players.
In Japan?
No.
Oh, in the U.S.
In the U.S.
Yeah. And we still lost? Yeah. Sounds awesome. Sounds like a lot of fun. Yeah, sounds like it. Okay. Sorry, I missed it.
It's okay. I didn't expect you to watch.
I watched one pitch.
And you told me that. Like, when we talked, you're like, I literally turned the TV on and it was the last pitch of the game.
That's not hyperbole at all. Like, I'm not joking. I was watching LSU baseball on Tuesday. Flipped over to the Pelicans.
Well, LSU baseball stinks,
That ended.
Huh?
Boy, they're bad. Really bad. If you believe Twitter and the text line. All right. We'll do Kick Rocks when we come back. I'm sure Theriot's going to have some thoughts on the game. We'll get to that. We're glad you're here. It's AFR.
AFR.
AFR is brought to you by the Renaissance Hotel. Two great properties, as a matter of fact. You get the Watermark downtown, the Renaissance Southtown. That's Bluebonnet. Easy access to Interstate 10 right there at Bluebonnet. It's the Renaissance Hotel. And remember, if it's the Renaissance or the Watermark, you also have two great restaurant options in them. So if you're looking to get out tonight or at some point this weekend, the Watermark or the Renaissance are great options. Remember, if you go to the Watermark, let's say you go to eat dinner at the Gregory, or if you want to have Sunday brunch, they have free valet as well. So don't let parking downtown be a deterrent. Just pull up right alongside into the valet. They'll take your car, park it for you for free. It's a complimentary service when you go to the Watermark and you eat at the Gregory. At the Renaissance, of course, we tell you about Tallulah all the time. This is casual, upscale dining. Great spot tonight for a Friday night treat. If you're looking to get out, you can enjoy their beautiful terrace area. It's at the Renaissance Hotel. The Watermark and the Renaissance Hotels in Baton Rouge.
Hey, it's Matt Musso. Join me Monday through Friday for your daily update on LSU baseball with Musso at the Box, presented by New Orleans Flooring, wherever you get your podcast, Apple, Spotify, Google, and check out New Orleans Flooring. 2 locations, Metairie and Prairieville, or NOLAFlooring.com.
At Corvell Toyota in Opelousas, you can get 3.99% financing on select 2023 models. And as always, you will never pay over MSRP. We also have a large selection of pre-owned inventory. So come on down to Happy Town. That's Corvell Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Hi, I'm Brandon Landry, founder and CEO of Walker.
Hi, my name is Dr. Craig Green.
This is Ryan Theriot with HUDCORoofing.com.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. No matter how big your commercial roofing job, HUDCO can help.
My patients come to me because they trust that I can get the job done at a high level. Ryan Theriot and Richard Tilley have the same level of trust when it comes to roofing.
If you have a roofing issue, call HUDCO Roofing.
Give us a call, 364-1007, and we'll come to your house and give you a free inspection.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
I had to leave my parents. I had to move schools. I don't know anyone here. Everything keeps changing. Why is this happening to me? I'm sure glad you're here.
Change a child's story. There's a child in foster care waiting for a volunteer like you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Okay, we have Kick Rocks coming up.
This segment.
Right now.
Mm-hmm.
I have a segment I have to do with Michelle Southern on Eagle 98.1.
Okay.
The reason I normally record that before I come in here, but today was a little different because we had the LAB Awards, so I was at that today, and then we had the LSU game, so it got crunched. They came in here. So you got to do Kick Rocks, but I may scoot to go record this thing. I'll be gone like 5 minutes.
You got
max.
it. Yeah, no, I got it. How long is this segment?
No, I'll be back before the end of the segment.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be back before. But
okay, I got it.
I don't know if you got it.
No, I can. I got it.
Muse, do you think he got it?
I believe in him. I think he can do it.
This is a segment I can do.
I mean, I've asked you over the years if you
host, but I know you're coming back. So
I've asked you to fill in over the years, and you don't.
I know you're coming back, so I'm okay. I'm not super nervous. I got this though, and I have a little filler with the Kick Rocks thing. I could probably string that out for as long as I needed to. But I've got some stuff I'd like to get off my chest. I mean, sure.
I'm sad I'm going to miss it though.
I want to talk about this game. I mean,
the LSU baseball game?
Yeah, I mean, my experience at the game.
Well, I want to get to that. We'll get to that in the next segment.
Well, then what do I talk about?
Kick Rocks. You can do Kick Rocks while I go do this segment for Michelle, and then I'm come right back. I'll be back in less than 5 minutes. It's a 3-minute segment, but I just got to get downstairs into the second floor and then back upstairs.
Okay, let's do it.
Are you going to do Kick Rocks?
I got it.
All right. If I'm not back, then I can Kick Rocks.
Yeah.
It's time to Kick Rocks with Ryan Theriot.
Kick Rocks.
Presented by Ruckus. Kick Rocks with shoes from Ruckus, Jones Creek Road in Baton Rouge, or go to ruckus103.com.
Tom Brady can Kick Rocks. That's a standing Kick Rocks, but this one's
a perpetual Kick Rock.
Kick Rocks.
Did you prepare?
Yeah. Okay, you can Kick Rocks for being a middle midget.
Kick Rocks.
Costing your team 4 points.
They can kick a whole bag of rocks for that.
Get on down the road and Kick Rocks.
Got to shout out my guy Ronnie, Paul, Siraj, and Ruckus for sponsoring this segment. Awesome Jordan 4 release party last week. They're sick. They're green. Probably like a St. Patty's Day theme type deal. But I think I'm going to be able to rock them at Easter because Easter green's an Easter color, and probably at Christmas too, Muse. I'll have the
Christmas
red.
for sure.
Yeah,
Christmas for
I'll be
sure.
good. So shout out Ruckus. Go check them out at ruckus103.com. Ruckus103.com. All right, so women's basketball player Jamira Shoots. Okay, she plays women's basketball at the University of Memphis. Walking through the handshake line, they lost to Bowling Green. Okay, so that probably sucks to begin with. Regardless, walking through the handshake line, Jamira decided it'd be smart to punch Alyssa Brett right in the face. Like literally laid her out. Poor Alyssa had probably never been hit in the face like that. She's on the ground, swollen eye, bleeding. Jamira, you can kick rocks. That's bad sportsmanship. The point of the handshake line is you walk through and you go, good game, good game, good game, good game, good game. And you might drop a, you suck, you suck. Like that happens too, but you don't walk through the handshake line and punch your opponent in the face. Clean it up. Okay, we got a repeat offender alert here. So this one, and it stinks because I like this guy. Shannon Sharp was actually a really good player when he played. Dominant player, actually, and NFL Hall of Famer. And now he's got this show Undisputed, right? So he goes on and he just says all kind of stupid crap. So Shannon Sharp is what he likes to do is call out athletes or NFL players or even NBA players and basically like degrade them right now like he was never an athlete. So he went after Cam Newton this time, saying he's just kind of like a random. In other words, you're just not even a good player. Cam's trying to make a comeback. I think it's kind of messed up that now Shannon's career's over. He's just attacking former players. It's pretty weak. You need to grow up, and Shannon, you can kick rocks.
Kick rocks.
Okay, and my last one is going to be whatever fat slob took off of work and sat in front of me at the LSU baseball game today. You can kick rocks.
Get on down the road and kick rocks.
I don't know your name. I didn't want to ask you your name. But you complained about every single pitch. I don't know why your life is so bad. Poor guy makes a bad read coming home. It happens. It's impossible to see the angle for Trey Morgan. By the way, let me just say that. That's a very hard read for the base runner. He got a bad jump. He thought the ball was going to go further than it did. You don't have to call a guy stupid, like loud. Hey, man, you're stupid. And just scream and yell at the kids. Like he really wanted to get thrown out at home right there. Okay? So berating college players and screaming and yelling for 9 I left, by the way. I didn't stay for extras. But thank God.
Yeah, let's say.
So for 9 innings, I'm sitting there and listening to you complain and complain and complain and complain and complain. Nothing positive out of your mouth. And if you're that fan, like if you're that guy, then you can kick rocks.
Kick rocks.
Did you see the other handshake line incident in the women's tournament? I mean, this girl didn't get laid out, but
no, what happened?
It was Texas and Louisville.
Okay, so I heard about it.
Yeah,
there was words exchanged, I think. But what
I mean, that's what it was. Like the girl from Texas stopped the girl from Louisville like in the line, like pulled her in and started trash talking her, and the girl from Louisville just
whatever,
shook her off and like. I mean, she didn't get laid out like that poor girl from Bowling Green, but
let me say this. I think handshake lines are stupid.
Okay.
I really, that's a thing of the past. It's dumb. If I'm competing in the game and all I want to do is win the game, I don't like you. There's nothing about you that I like.
I get that, yeah.
So, I'm angry at you. I'm mad at you. I don't like you. I don't want to talk to you. When the game's over, the switch for me just doesn't flip back off. Like, that continues. I'm going to feel that way probably for about, even if we're buddies, 10 or 15, 20 minutes after the game. So years ago, you did the stupid handshake after the game. Now it's so dumb. Like, even with the coaches in Major League Baseball, you don't, that don't happen. You don't shake hands.
Did you ever have anything like that happen where a fight broke out in the handshake line after the game?
I'm sure at Broadmoor it happened a time or two. Yeah, I mean, come on. But what's the point of it? Like you don't.
There's not. I don't think at least.
I think you shake your own team's hands.
Of course.
Okay.
Of
so
course.
like you do that, but you don't walk across the thing and good game.
Well, that's
Good
like
game.
they do that
Good
at the end of the
game.
series now. Like whenever it's just LSU winning, they do the handshake line with themselves, and then after the series, they do the team one.
Yeah, and you could do the team, but even the team win though, I don't think is very.
I'm back.
How'd it go?
Oh, I nailed it.
What are we gonna?
Anyway, are you still doing kick rocks?
No, we just finished.
You want to start over?
If you want me to.
No,
I mean,
no,
you
you're
want me
good.
to, you want me to tell you who I told to kick rocks?
Kick rocks brought to you by Ruckus.
Yeah,
Oh.
they know. They know.
Who?
The world.
Oh, you told them?
Yeah.
What'd you talk about?
A Ruckus.
Did you see what I got on today?
Oh, sick.
Got my Adobe Dunks.
Whoa.
How about them?
Those are
SBs.
good. Those
Love
are
them.
really good.
These are fire.
Mhm.
So you see what I did today? I had the shirt with the red and the blue.
Mhm.
So I went blue blazer, red and blue shirt, Adobe Dunks.
Did you get some compliments on that outfit?
Honest to goodness, when I went up to on the stage at LAB Awards.
What was? Oh, I'd like to ask you about that.
We talk about it later.
Yeah.
Went on stage at the LAB Awards, and Miss Louisiana was like, "Oh, I like those shoes." Honest to goodness.
So how many times did you go up on the stage?
A few. Good day. Great day for Guarantee Media. We'll talk about it coming up.
Or you.
Great day for Guarantee
But
Media.
I mean, I get it. But I
Yes.
mean, it's selfish, like everything else.
But
in
not just me.
2023.
Not just me. A lot of people at Guarantee Media won awards today. It was a really good day.
Well, Michelle, I know Michelle brought some hard work.
We're going to talk about it. We'll talk about it coming up. Really good day at the LAB Awards. So we'll get to that. I had a hug. What did you tell to Kick Rocks? I'm sorry. I'm making the whole audience now wait.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
What-
Some girl in Memphis punched a girl from Bowling Green in the face in the handshake line.
I saw. What, did she punch her?
Yeah, she punched her.
Oh, I'm thinking of the other game where there was
This
a little,
one was-
where there was a kerfuffle. This was a real punch.
Oh yeah, laid her out, dropped her.
Oh.
It was a good one. And then the fat guy in front of me at the LSU game.
What did he say?
He was just negativity.
Just-
It's just he's that guy, right? Like it's like he's so good. Like I could have done that. You know what I mean? Shut the hell up.
Like, why are you here, guy? Why are you at the game? Like, you just at the game to make everybody else's experience bad, guy?
I think I take it personal too because I feel like they're talking to me,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like that guy did that to me.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. I want to give a hug to the Dodgers. I saw this on TikTok, and Paulie, can you play this? Or Muse, can you get the audio of this, please, if you have it, if you can snag it? Yeah.
Why do the Dodgers keep re-signing a player who doesn't play for them anymore? Andrew Toles last played a game for the Dodgers back in 2018. He's
know
battled
this?
mental health issues throughout his life and left the organization in early 2019, eventually being diagnosed with bipolar disorder and schizophrenia. In 2020, he was arrested for trespassing after police found him sleeping behind Key West Airport. He'd bounce around different hospitals and homeless shelters until his father eventually took him in. The Dodgers, aware of Toles' condition, have continued to re-sign him each year so that he has access to health insurance to obtain the mental health care that he needs. Last week, the Dodgers renewed Toles' contract for the 2023 season, 5 years after he last played for the organization, and have no expectation that Toles will ever return to professional baseball again. A tip of the hat to the Dodgers organization for doing the right thing.
That's really cool.
Yep.
Hats off to the Dodgers. Tip of the cap to the Dodgers.
Very cool.
Do you know that story about Toles?
I do know that story.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I just saw it pop up on TikTok, and I was like, that's phenomenal. They keep signing this guy just so he has access to health insurance, which he desperately needs, which is awesome. He'll never play for him again, but that's a really awesome thing to do. Mental health's real, man. And people who deal with it, the struggle that they and their families go through is it's immeasurable. So hats off, Dodgers. Great thing to do, man. I don't know what the perception is of the Dodgers organization inside of baseball, but I mean, that's a pretty awesome ethical thing to do.
Just because you can't see an injury doesn't mean it's not there, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Or a problem. And in those high stress situations like Major League Sport, major sports, in those high stress situations, those things start to come out, and you see it a lot.
All right, to after further review, so you did talk about Ruckus.
Oh yeah.
What'd you say?
Just how awesome they are.
They are awesome.
Love those guys. Love them.
So I have to have a word with you.
Okay.
Yesterday on AFR, I was doing my live read for Traction,
Mhm.
and I got ambushed.
Uh-oh.
Got ambushed.
What happened?
Well, I was talking about traction, how the camps are coming up and all that stuff, and Paulie has the camp graphics. The Easter camps, the speed camp with Tev, and the baseball camp.
Okay.
And then Paulie pulled up a video of me doing the bench press. I got ambushed by you and Paulie.
I thought you would like that.
Well, it'd have been better if you would have gotten like the first set when I actually was.
You repped out 8 with the 90s on your 4th set.
I know. Check it.
I said that.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Here it is. And Tevin picks up the 90s, by the way, like it's a paperweight.
Yeah. He's an alien. He's not real.
Big time coming up at Traction. The Easter Speed Camp with Tevin, who's in this video right now if you're watching. Young Tev. And so that's for athletes 10 and up. And the baseball camp is for baseball players 5 to 10 years old.
Yeah.
So that's all coming up Easter week. There's full and half day options. So check it out at tractionsports.com, tractionsports.com. And if you want to get swole like this, work out with Tev.
He's the guy. He is. And I've been going late in the evenings, John.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, a little couples workout.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
y'all go to Traction together?
We do. Couples workout. So Tev's been helping us, like specifically on body part areas. And I'm going to tell you who else has been a big help.
Who?
Kirsty.
Oh, yeah? She's awesome.
Kirsty's been a big help.
Rockstar.
Kirsty gave us some really good tips the other day. Absolutely.
Shout out, Rockstar. TractionSports.com. And remember, Traction PT should mention as well, if you have an injury and you're going to physical therapy, you choose what physical therapy clinic you go. Your doctor doesn't choose. You choose. So choose the best. Choose Traction Sports. It's really cool. Traction PT. You could literally be doing rehab next to a pro athlete. Like the people that are helping pro athletes get back, and it will help you get back to tennis or jogging or swimming or golf or whatever the thing is you love to have an active lifestyle. Traction PT can help. TractionSports.com, where champions are made. See what I did there?
I liked it. You did good with that.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Yep, it was a good one. All right.
13-6 right now.
We're underway.
Yeah, 13-6 in Greenville. Go Tigers.
First quarter.
Yep.
The Tiger women's basketball team. They don't go by Lady Tigers anymore, do they?
I don't know.
I think they're just the LSU women's basketball. They're the LSU Tigers. They're the women's basketball team. I think they dropped the Lady Tigers. LSU's beating Utah right now, 13-9. 4:46 to go in the first quarter. Kim Mulkey's wearing a pink boa.
I don't know. No, it's not. That's on her sleeves.
Oh, that's on her sleeves.
Yep.
It's not a boa.
It's not a boa.
It looks like a boa, doesn't it?
It's a custom piece.
She's got feathery sleeves, though. That's
She's
pretty
got
awesome.
a feathery custom.
Don't you love it?
I do love it.
That's really good.
Only she could pull that off.
You're right about that. Hey, let's talk about. When I came in, were you and Muse talking about the LSU baseball game?
No.
Okay, when we get back, I do want to talk a little about the game because in the next hour, I want to start to preview Saturday a little bit. The doubleheader was going to happen. So LSU loses today 9-3 to Arkansas. We'll recap that. Theriot was there. We'll get his thoughts when we come back. Stay here. It's AFR.
AFR.
Brought to you by ProCharge EV. ProChargeEV.com. If you are a business owner, if you own a business or own property, think of this. Even if you don't own an electric vehicle, a lot of your customers do. So if you install an EV charger at your business, it really serves a couple of purposes. One, it's a great amenity for your customer. It'll bring customers in. Studies indicate that an additional 7 customers per week on average will come to your business if you have an EV charger, as opposed to a competitor. That's one thing. 2, this can become passive revenue because there are tap-to-pay options on the EV chargers. You set it in the ground, and eventually it's going to make you money back. It'll pay for itself and make you money. And ProCharge can handle all of that, and you just get a check every month. Learn more, ProChargeEV.com. Electric vehicle charging stations, ProChargeEV.com, ProChargeEV.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Louisiana. It's a place defined by culture, by pride, by passion, by people who do more than love this place. They celebrate it, elevate it, champion it. They are the individuals who embody what makes Louisiana great. The companies that make Louisiana a better place to work and live. The nonprofits leading transformational change in our communities. Champions of Louisiana are all around us, and LWCC is proud to celebrate them because we've always been Louisiana loyal, supporting the workers, the innovators, the change agents of this great place we call home. Who are the champions around you? Together, we can share their stories. Together, we can help our home state thrive. Together, we are Louisiana loyal. Always.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever
We made that it. Bounce with the tuba now, that ain't it. I do the jubilee, oh, we made that it. Shake, baby, shake, baby, shake, 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 baby, shake, baby, shake, shake, shake. Twerk, baby.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
All right, rolling along here. Friday edition of AFR. Theriot's in studio. Friday show is brought to you by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Great spot to go and wine this weekend. Grab you a stogie, maybe a cocktail, relax a little bit. LSU baseball loses 9-3 in the opener. If you missed it, Paul Skeens was brilliant again. 12 strikeouts, 7 innings of 1-run baseball, 1-run, 2-hit baseball. But Tigers come up short. Brady Neal finally broke through for the Tigers with a solo shot in the 8th to tie the game at 1. Tigers couldn't push across a go-ahead run, and Arkansas would break through in the 10th with an 8 spot, and Arkansas wins at 9-3. So you were there. Give me your thoughts.
So warm day, wind blowing out, and I think early on offensively it was let's get the ball in the air and let's hit homers. You know, there's not only just for LSU but also for Arkansas. Skeens had a bunch of punch-outs, but there was also a lot of fly-outs. You know, there was some bigger swings. There was, first pitch foul balls where if you don't take maybe such a big swing, you barrel the ball up, and then there was a lot of outs made in the air. You know, when you're facing a lefty that commands a fastball and has a wipeout breaking ball, you just can't try to do too much. I don't care what Mother Nature's doing.
So, all right, give me your thoughts on why LSU's offense struggled.
Well, again, I think they're trying to do too much. I think the swings were too big. You have to take advantage of what the other team gives you. If you saw how Arkansas scored their run, it was a double. A guy got in an 0-2 count, was cheating to a fastball, got lucky, ball just kind of hit his barrel, one of those deals. Passed ball moves him to third base, sac fly scores him, right? LSU had similar opportunities, right? You get runners on first and second. Trey Morgan hits a triple before that, but let's say Morgan hits his triple, then gets thrown out at home in a base running mistake. You get runners on first and second. Seems like you got a rally going, then there's a back pick at first base, right? So not taking advantage of what the other team gives you. The the pitchers are gonna listen. These guys from Arkansas is no slouch. I mean, these two lefties that are gonna play pro ball. Like I said earlier, the second guy was really good. First guy was good too. He pitched his butt off. But you have to take advantage of what the other teams give you. And I just felt like, to me, LSU's offense looked like they tried to create with one swing of the bat rather than going, okay, we're facing a pitcher or a couple pitchers today that are really good, and all we need is one or two to get Skeens a win. Let's scratch a few runs. There were some opportunities to bunt, move runners that didn't quite happen. I think there's 3 opportunities. One of them I didn't really agree with, but 2 times I felt like we probably should have moved runners on a lefty-lefty matchup, which is, tough for our guy. But we chose not to. And, it just kind of didn't – the long ball never came. The big inning never came.
Hunter Holland, the starter from Arkansas, had a really good day. Went 5 1/3, no runs, 3 hits, struck out 7, walked just 1. The book on him was that he had a really good weekend last weekend, but against an Auburn team that's not very good. Mm-hmm. And that the book is that the stuff isn't great. Upper 80s, lower 90s. I heard Jay Johnson say afterward, I saw it on Twitter, said that Holland was throwing mid-90s, throwing 94, 95.
Oh, yeah.
So was the stuff better? I mean, you have concerns over because one of the things you keep hearing,
I thought the stuff was really good.
One of the things you keep hearing from this narrative that started with LSU fans, LSU can't hit lefties. Well, you point out, LSU scored 10 of their 12 runs last Saturday against A&M were against lefties.
Yeah, it's dumb.
Today was the first day all year that they've lost a game against a left-handed starting pitcher. So they've hit lefties before. So what do you think about that? The LSU can't hit lefties narrative.
So lefties generally struggle with lefties. A left-handed hitter struggles hitting a left-handed pitcher. Why? The breaking ball is going.
Yeah, it's moving away from
his barrel of his bat, right? Also, you don't see as many left-handed pitchers growing up. So once in high school, in Little League and in high school, so most of the pitchers are right-handed. These guys get to college, you haven't seen it a whole lot. I would say, yeah, maybe you're right in a lefty-lefty scenario. But, bro, we've got big league right-handed hitters. We don't just have good right-handed hitters. You've got Dylan Cruz and Tommy White that are going to play pro ball, probably going to get a shot at the major league level. They're not supposed to struggle off the lefties, and I'm going to tell you why. The ball's coming toward them, toward their barrel, rather than going away from them. Mm-hmm. So if you're that idiot that's saying LSU can't hit lefties, that's the dumbest thing in the world. Nobody could hit those guys today. They threw the ball really well. The guy threw however many innings, had 1 walk. He was ahead in every batter. Foul ball 0-1. It seemed like every single batter. A lot of that has to do with the fact that LSU was trying to hit one to the Tiger Stadium, it seemed like, which happens. I get it. Wind blowing out. Everybody gets a little excited. It's part of it. But no, man, I don't buy into that at all. I thought the guys pitched their butts off, and you got to tip their cap. You said it earlier. It's baseball, man. There's a reason why we play 3 games, and we don't ramp up all week to play 1 game on Saturday.
It is a thing we've talked about a lot here. It's a lot of times fans do take a football mentality into baseball, and every loss feels like a football loss. But that's just not the nature of it, man. You're going to play 56 of them. Now LSU's got to turn around and play 2 tomorrow. And if they're able to win this doubleheader tomorrow, if they're able to sweep the doubleheader, they'll leave the weekend leading the West.
Yeah.
So you still have a great opportunity ahead of you tomorrow, and Arkansas's best pitcher, Hagen Smith, is burned for the weekend now. So you got an opportunity. You got to get your guys to show up.
And it's advantage LSU, too, in the doubleheader scenario. You're at home, your home locker room, your home food. Like this is a more comfortable, for sure, just scenario for LSU.
Deeper pitching staff, too.
Oh, that's
all the just a better team. But today it didn't work out for LSU. Do you worry, or how much at this point do you worry about Christian Little, who's had back-to-back really tough outings? He was good last Friday.
Yeah.
Closing the game at A&M, but we saw him on Sunday. We saw him again today, and it was rough.
Struggled with location early, and then found his location. But the problem is he was finding barrels for the other team. Just right down the middle. Anytime your first pitch ball 0-1, 0-2, generally it's advantage pitcher, and we've talked about that for 10 years. There's so many variables that go into hitting that pitcher controls that the hitter just can't control. The second that's flipped and it's 2-0, now the hitter's in control. Now you control the at-bat, 3-1 and 2-0. Christian Little's got himself in that situation more times than not the last 2 outings. So it starts with strike one for me. If he can get strike one, then now we see a much different outcome. But until then, if you're falling behind hitters left and right, man, I don't care if you're Skeens. If you're 2-0 against everybody, they're going to hit you.
Yeah. It was a disappointing day, no doubt about it. Tiger hitters struck out 15 times on the day and could only muster 3 runs. 2 of them coming in the 10th inning on a home run by Dylan Cruz. But Tigers will be back at it tomorrow, doubleheader against Arkansas. After the top of the hour, we do want to preview the doubleheader, so we'll get to that here in about 15 minutes. We'll not get a break. We're brought to you by Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. Energy-efficient replacement windows, beautiful entry doors, hardy plank, and vinyl siding. They do it all over at Relief Windows. They do it better than anyone else. If you're a customer, I'm a customer. One of the things we point out all the time as well, of course, you install their energy-efficient windows. It'll lower your energy bills, improve your home's resale value, increase security as well. But whenever you manage to, or if you happen to break a window over time, they have a lifetime transferable warranty on labor, material, and glass breakage. So 20 years, let's say you sell your house, that warranty transfers to the next homeowner. 20 years from now, someone else's kid throws a ball through a window, they'll replace the window for you. It's a lifetime transferable warranty on labor, material, and glass breakage. It's Relief Windows. Windows door siding. I was going to say experience, quality, and service. They do it. They go experience, quality, service, and windows door siding.
They do all 6
of them. Yes, all of it.
Yeah.
It's at Relief Windows. ReliefWindows.com. All right, we're going to do Ask Ryan to wrap up the hour. So you got a question for Theriot. You want to ask him anything about anything, fire away. You can email us. You can tweet us. You can jump in the Bayou Ford YouTube chat, or you can text 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. We will get to Ask Ryan to wrap up hour number 2 next.
AFR.
So you mentioned you want some crawfish. He's got crawfish every day, don't you? Rouse's. And they boil them in-house every day. Rouse's, no, this ain't being shipped in from anywhere. They've got in-house boiling rooms at every Rouse's location. So when you walk in there and you want boiled crawfish today, you're getting boiled crawfish that was boiled at Rouse's today, starting at 11 a.m. every day. They crank up the pots and they start boiling them. So it's a Friday in Lent. You want that seafood option? They got boiled crawfish, but remember, they got so many other great seafood options. They got their hot and boiled kiosks. They got grab and go. You would go to the, you of course go to the seafood market right there. Get you a nice piece of fish if you want to grill or bake tonight. Great options at Rouse's. And you can go make groceries. Get all your stuff over there at Rouse's. You want some cold drinks, some beer, some wine? They got you covered over at Rouse's. The official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Live and boiled crawfish only at Rouse's.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Bayou Ford has $10,000 off MSRP on select new 2022 Ford F-150 trucks. $10,000 off plus 0% financing. And all new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Hi, I'm Brandon Landry, founder and CEO of WR.
Hi, my name is Dr. Craig Green.
This is Ryan Theriot with HUDCORoofing.com.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. No matter how big your commercial roofing job, HUDCO can help.
My patients come to me because they trust that I can get the job done at a high level. Ryan Theriot and Richard Tilley have the same level of trust when it comes to roofing.
If you have a roofing issue, call HUDCO Roofing.
Give us a call, 364-1007, and we'll come to your house and give you a free inspection.
I had to leave my parents. I had to move schools. I don't know anyone here. Everything keeps changing. Why is this happening to me? I'm sure glad you're here.
Change a child's story. There's a child in foster care waiting for a volunteer like you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
The best.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
All right, wrapping up hour number 2. Glad you're with us here. Friday show's brought to you by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Theriot's here. Let's wrap up the hour with a little Ask Ryan. You know the drill. Get your questions in. You can email us, matt@1045espn.com. You can tweet us at Matt Moscona. You can jump in the Bayou Ford YouTube chat on the Watch 1045 ESPN YouTube channel, or you can text us in the 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. What do you think about this? Doug said, let Skeens hit.
No chance. I mean, you can't take the. I mean, he's the best pitcher in the country. He's your advantage. There's a lot, man. I'd love to see the guy swing it, and maybe they let him in pro ball. I don't know. But if you're a fan, no, you don't want that.
Jeremy Gajan said Theriot spitting straight facts with his letter today.
That's right, Jeremy, my boy. Don't play baseball anymore.
The game's evolved. You're like the old guy who's like, they don't run the triple option anymore. No, the game's evolved. It's a different game. The game has evolved.
Japan just proved that we had opportunities. And you know
what?
We could have won the game.
Georgia Tech wins games, or under Paul Johnson, run the triple option. But it's not something that you're going to use exclusively and win at the highest level over and over and over and over.
I'm not saying exclusively. Again. I'm just saying when you got a lefty-lefty matchup, guy on first base and no outs, tough matchup. Why not bunt the guy to second base?
Because I don't want to give him an out.
He's not going to get a hit. He's not happening. The matchup says he's not getting the hit.
What if he walks?
What if he pops up to the first baseman?
What if he hits a ground ball and there's an error?
What if he just bunts it and the guy goes to second?
What if there's a wild pitch?
What if the guy just bunts it?
And you bunt it, you give up an out, you go to second base, and then you've given up an out. Ryan,
but
this
now
is the
thing.
Single
scores him though. Like that's what I'm saying.
And the guy's a good,
a
good pitcher, and you're not getting a single. So
maybe,
the point
maybe
is,
not.
Or maybe you get a rally going against a guy. Maybe you build pressure. Like you're saying that. I've been over this a bajillion times, and I understand your point. But there is so much analytics in the game now. It proves that it's not to say bunting never works, advancing a runner never works, but you're talking about percentages. Baseball is a game of percentages. We talked about it. So like,
if you're it's a lefty-lefty matchup, here's what I'm saying though. But if the matchup says,
I understand what you're saying.
The analytics say that this is a bad matchup. You know what I mean? Like that's, I don't know.
Ask Theriot, did you find it interesting Moscona cut out right at 420? Did he have an earthy aroma when he came back?
I didn't even think about that. Now, you can't smoke in this building. The smoke alarms would go off, but an edible could probably get snuck by. A little gummy?
Do you have one?
A little gummy?
Maybe we're asking the wrong guy. Muse, you got one?
What you got, Muse?
This is about you this time, not me.
Well, if you had one,
I was sitting right here.
If you have one, I might take it.
I don't have anything. I never do.
He eats them all first. Evans Cabin asked Ryan, favorite Lenten dinner?
I don't know. I mean, I like fish. Fish are good, I guess. Is that a Lenten dinner? Fish?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do that.
Just no meat.
That's meat? It's not meat? Fish isn't meat?
Beef.
No beef.
Yeah. You eat fish. Jamie Perk asked Ryan, fried or grilled shrimp po' boy?
Grilled shrimp po' boy is really good. There's a couple places here in town that really do a good job of that. But fish is meat, though. Fish is meat, though, right?
So we don't really have time to explain it.
Because I'm not Catholic, but I would love to understand that.
I'll explain it to you, but let me do the question
That's
first.
fine.
Okay. Ask Ryan, are you going fishing this weekekend?
No, probably not.
It's from Jeremy.
I'd love to go fishing this weekend, but I'm probably not.
Why aren't you?
It's not a fishing time in my life right now. I just got a lot going on, going in a lot of different directions, you know?
Oh.
I need to get out of my storage room this weekend. That's what I need.
I'm trying to reset this thing, and it's not resetting to get the questions. That's my bad. So Catholics abstaining from meat on Fridays in Lent is, in fact, that Christ sacrificed his flesh for us. You sacrifice flesh, meat, on Fridays in Lent, is the premise of it. I do feel like the loophole with seafood, it's sketch.
So who came up with that loophole? That's my question, because that is meat.
Well, no, it's not. It's beef. It's like it's meat. It's beef. I guess pork too, chicken, all that sort of stuff.
Meat,
seafood.
I don't know.
Hour 3 next.
We need to look into this.
AFR is brought to you by Shop Hills Tire and Auto Service. Oh wait, AFR is brought to you by Shop Hills Tire and Auto Service. ShopHillsTire.com. I'm not disagreeing with you. It does feel like, you know, it's a gray area there. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to complain about it. ShopHillsTire.com. Shop Hills. Remember, home of the Charlie's Dozen. Shop Hills is hiring as well. Was talking to Martin earlier this week, and they are looking for self-starting, hard-charging people that want to be great and want a great career. Not necessarily a job, but a career that comes with amazing benefits. Look, Shawbills, since 1968, Shawbills have been in business, and I tell you all the time, they've been locally owned and operated, they've been family-owned and operated, and that's what they want in their people. They treat their customers like family. They treat their employees like family. They are family at Shawbills. So you want a career instead of a job? Apply online today at ShawBillsTire.com. Shawbill, we keep you rolling.
I'm Chris Nakamoto, and here's what I'm working on for my stories on WBRZ Channel 2 tonight. Following a WBRZ report, the city is taking action to get rid of an eyesore off of Government Street. Abandoned lifeboats dumped in the middle of an empty lot not far from the electric depot have been there for so long they're now showing up on satellite imagery. The owner and former tenant of the property now have a deadline, or blight court proceedings will begin. I'm Chris Nakamoto from WBRZ. Watch more tonight on WBRZ Channel 2.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $10,000 off new 2022 Jeep Gladiators and $8,000 off new 23 Jeep Grand Cherokees. All new Bayou automotive vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
Louisiana. It's a place defined by culture, by pride, by passion, by people who do more than love this place. They celebrate it, elevate it, champion it. They are the individuals who embody what makes Louisiana great. The companies that make Louisiana a better place to work and live. The nonprofits leading transformational change in our communities. Champions of Louisiana are all around us, and LWCC is proud to celebrate them because we've always been Louisiana loyal, supporting the workers, the innovators, the change agents of this great place we call home. Who are the champions around you? Together, we can share their stories. Together, we can help our home state thrive. Together, we are Louisiana Loyal. Always.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime.
This is SportsCenter. I'm Kevin Winter. According to research, tonight is the first time in the history of the NCAA tournament since its expansion to 64 teams in 1985 that we have Sweet 16 games without any school playing that has a national title to their name. San Diego State, Alabama, Miami, Houston, Princeton, Creighton, Xavier, Texas. Those are the 8 teams playing your 4 games. None of them have a national title to their credit. They all would want to win it. They have 2 number 1 seeds. San Diego State and Alabama, bottom of the hour, they get started. Miami and Houston will also start just about a little more than an hour from now. ESPN NBA basketball analyst Jordan Cornette, he told Kenny and Carlin with Goldhammer and Randy Scott earlier, he thinks Miami's got a shot.
I think they match up great with Houston because they can bang with undersized guys on the backboard because they have the bodies to work against Houston. They like to turn you over much like Houston. They don't do it at the clip Houston does, but they have a capability there. And they have explosive guard play, which you need to combat Houston's backcourt with. I think they match up nicely. I like Miami to beat Houston.
ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Insurance. At Progressive, they're making things even easier. They'll help you bundle your home and car insurance together so you can save on both. Learn more at Progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios.
That's right.
Riot Radio Hour.
Let's do that again. Guess who's back? Back again.
Lisa, I want some more.
The Riot Radio Hour, presented by ProCharge EV. Call 225-397-4593 or go to ProChargeEV.com.
Well, let's start the insanity. Giddy up.
On ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Hour 3, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us, AFR. Presented by Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
This is Shaq O'Neal, and I hate Matt.
Paul O'Neal.
They're chanting Paul O'Neal's name.
And Theriot. We're here. Glad you are as well. 5 o'clock, quitting time. Glad you're driving home with us. Yeah, bruh.
Yo, bruh.
All right, we will get to some LSU-Arkansas baseball for tomorrow. So we'll start to preview tomorrow's games here shortly as LSU got to go win a doubleheader. If they're going to get back getting back in the lead for the SC West, got to go win this doubleheader tomorrow. You mentioned earlier that today was the Louisiana Association of Broadcasters Prestige Awards. Guarantee Media, there were 12 radio categories.
Okay.
Guarantee Media won in 7 of the 12 categories.
Domination.
It was a great day. Some incredibly talented people. Major shout out to Brittany Rose, a.k.a. Brittany Ensminger, who won Young Professional of the Year. And congrats. Brittany and her husband are expecting their first child.
There you go.
She and Abby Lee do afternoon drive on our sister station 100.7 The Tiger. The two of them also won for Best Live On-Site Remote. Now, we won this last year for the shows that we did in UCLA at the Rose Bowl, our Rose Bowl coverage. But they went up to CRS, in Nashville, so for the CMAs, and they did shows there with all the country music artists, huge, and they won the award for Best On-Site Remote. So congrats to them. And
how'd they get that gig?
Bro, and 100.7 The Tiger won Best Large Market Radio Station. So Eagle 98.1 has dominated that category for years. Last year, ESPN won it. We won Best Radio Station, which I will tell you quite honestly, in my career, is probably the thing I'm most proud of, that our station won Best, because sports talk is niche. Sports talk, you generally have, it's like a comedy movie winning Best Picture. You can be great in your niche, but you live in your niche. That's what sports talk generally is viewed as. So to have something that was scalable, and we won that last year, was incredible. Well, 100.7 The Tiger won it this year, and that's amazing because over the last few years, I'm giving my coworkers a shout out. Chris Elliott, who came in, who's our ops manager, and they made Abby Lee the program director, and they just re-imaged the entire stuff. They remade the whole thing. And for them to win Best Radio Station, Large Market Radio Station, is incredible. So major shout out to them. Brian Haldane won Best Election Coverage on Talk 107.3.
The Brain.
The Brain won. Attaboy, Brain. And our great friend Michelle Southern, who is the GOAT, she won Best Radio Personality again this year. She's won it more times than I can remember, quite honestly, at this point. I always say that is the equivalent of winning best actor at the Oscars. That's the best personality on air, and she's won it so many times. And she does Afternoon Drive on Eagle, which is obviously just a mammoth 100,000 watt heritage flame throwing rock station, and she does Afternoon Drive there, and she's awesome. So I'm pumped for all of our people that won. And then ESPN, we did pretty well also.
What'd you win? Just you specifically. Shout yourself out.
I'm not going to do that, but I am really, I'll tell you something I'm very excited about. So one of the categories is a newer category, but it's best use of digital media.
Okay.
And we have nominated, I don't find it. Hang on, let me get the right one. Find it. No, not that one.
How many you got over there, big guy?
Hang on. We'll get there. We'll get there.
All right.
We've nominated Whiskey and Wine for best use of digital media several years in a row now, and T-Bob and I won. So I am really fired up about this.
Does T-Bob get to keep that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
you've got a bunch of them.
Stop it. It doesn't matter. But the Whiskey and Wine deserve to win this. Whiskey and Wine has broken traditional post-game. And not everybody loves the show, but everybody's aware of it. And for it to do the numbers, the revenue it does, it really is an incredible thing, what Whiskey and Wine has become. And shout out to Jordy Collada, who was there today at LAB's. And Jordy and I started the show. It was Jordy's brainchild. He called me leaving New Orleans the morning of the LSU BYU game in 2017. Said, "Hey, you want to go on Facebook Live after the game?" I was like, "Yeah, let me figure out how we do this." That's how Whiskey and Wine started, and it's organically grown to a behemoth. So we deserve to win that one. I'll tell you flatly, we deserve to win that one, and I'm super pumped we did. So T-Bob and I got to take that one home.
What else you got over there?
In a really weird kind of one-off, kind of proof that you never really know what will resonate with people, there's a category for the best interview.
Okay.
And Paulie and I talked about this forever. Because they wanted to use something from AFR, and we just didn't know. Paulie, how long did we talk about what to do for best interview? I mean,
it was over the span of several days.
We just couldn't settle on what to submit. And I think ultimately, Paulie, didn't you just make the decision we were going with the Eli Manning interview?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, Paul just did it. So when Eli was inducted into the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame, was elected to the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame, we had him on the show, and it was a really fun conversation. And so Paul submitted it, and we won for best interview. Best interview, and I said, look, that all I did was shut up. Eli did all the work, right? I mean, he's the one who people actually listen to. No, it's true, though. He's the one that listened, or that talked that people were wanting to listen to. But we won for best interview.
Okay. Best interview?
Yep.
All right, what else you got over there? You got one more.
Well, we did get the big one, which is best sports show in Louisiana. So this is now the...
How many of those you got?
This is either 6 or 7.
How many years you been doing this show?
This is where we just started year 13. So the first year that we were ever nominated for best sports show, we won, and that was, I believe, in 2016. Off the Bench won it last year, and Ben Love won it, I think, in 2019. And aside from that, AFR has won it every year since 2016. So it's very humbling, man. You know, you don't do shows for, like, you don't do shows for awards, but it is nice. It is nice to be recognized. And mostly, though, like, seriously, I'm very, very grateful for Guarantee Media, a local ownership group that gives us an opportunity to do this, right? Because if you know much about radio, and I'm sort of I realize I'm waxing poetic a little bit right now, but so much of radio has gone big and corporate, and you don't see many locally owned radio groups anymore that invest in people. A lot of what happens is big companies will take a show and just like syndicate it over many, many markets, or like take one person, have them like voice track air shifts because they're trying to cut costs. Guarantee Media doesn't do that. It invests in people. Like we have, I would venture guess that we have more people in this building working. We may have more employees on ESPN alone if you consider Jake, T-Bob, Hanny, Mario, Danny, Casey, Taylor, me, Musso, Paul. Did that get everybody? 10, and then of course Otter would be 11, and then we even have some of the part-time, board ops that help us with a lot of shows. Jacob Beck, who we just hired, Grant, Michael, like we got like 13 employees on ESPN. I would venture guess that's more employees than like some of the other groups in town have total in their entire building.
Wow. So
it's a great place to be. I never lose sight of that. I'm very grateful to be here, and mostly, you don't work for awards. Just like it's not why you do the show. Like we don't. It's nice to be recognized, but that's not why you do it. But I'm very grateful to work here. I'm grateful to LAB for recognizing their air talent, and whatnot. But mostly like to everybody who listens and watches, because I mean that's a giant part of what's considered. Like you have things like ratings and revenue and things that matter, And so when people listen or watch and support our advertising, all that matters tremendously. So thanks. Good day. Good day.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Awesome.
I'm excited that we won for Whiskey and Wine. Mostly because I just really think we deserved it. I don't know. Name me anything else on digital media that does what Whiskey and Wine does.
Well,
please name me anything else.
There's a certain commitment to that show that I don't think people realize.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes,
I know.
That's not an easy show to execute for a lot of reasons. Timing is tough.
I got to sit next to T-Bob, who's wasted.
Yeah. There's always some creeper in the background that's like looking at the camera, and then people come and talk to you. Yeah, it's but no, man, that's congratulations. Awesome.
But I am also really pumped for my coworkers as well. Michelle Southern's awesome. Brittany and Abby on 100.7 The Tiger. Congrats to them. Congrats to The Brain, who won for best election coverage. Great people, man. Great people doing awesome stuff. I'm pumped. Shout out Guarantee fam. Guarantee took 7 of the 12 radio awards.
That's balling.
How you like me now?
Mm-hmm.
Love it. All right, it's after further review. Okay, let's break. We'll come back, and let's talk about what LSU's got to do to sweep this doubleheader tomorrow.
Okay.
What we got to see from Ty Floyd. What do we have to see from Thatcher Hurd? How LSU offensively maybe they shake up their lineup a little bit. We'll talk about that. All right, we'll talk a little more baseball when we come back. Stay here. It's AFR.
AFR.
AFR is brought to you by Pluckers Nicholson, just south of campus. Bluebonnet, right in front of the Mall of Louisiana. 28 flavors of award-winning jumbo chicken wings, ice-cold draft beer, full-service bar, sports on TV. Sweet 16 tonight. Sweet 16 tonight?
Yeah.
You know where to go?
Pluckers.
Pluckers. You know what? You want a non-meat option? Well, you're probably not going to get it at Pluckers. That's too bad. It's chicken. They have a lot of chicken. Just chicken.
A lot of chicken.
You can get your chicken wings, your boneless buffalo bites. You can get your chicken sandwiches. You could just go eat like holy macaroni. You love holy macaroni.
I love the holy macaroni.
You could get the blue cheese, homemade blue cheese potato chips.
Those are good too.
You could get some queso and cheese. There's some options there, mostly on the apps, but you can make it happen at Pluckers. Again, dine-in, carry-out, or delivery, Uber Eats, DoorDash, 2 locations. Remember, tomorrow, doubleheader for LSU baseball. Need a place to eat before, during, or after any of the games. Check it out, Pluckers, if you like our wings. We'll give you the bid.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary. For those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've got that blue sky. I've got that sunshine.
Hi, I'm Brandon Landry, founder and CEO of WR.
Hi, my name is Dr. Craig Green.
This is Ryan Theriot with HUDCORoofing.com.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. No matter how big your commercial roofing job, HUDCO can help.
My patients come to me because they trust that I can get the job done at a high level. Ryan Theriot and Richard Tilley have the same level of trust when it comes to roofing.
If you have a roofing issue, call HUDCO Roofing.
Give us a call, 364-1007, and we'll come to your house and give you a free inspection.
I had to leave my parents. I had to move schools. I don't know anyone here. Everything keeps changing. Why is this happening to me? I'm sure glad you're here.
Change a child's story. There's a child in foster care waiting for a volunteer like you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
The best kept secret in town.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
All right, we're rolling along here. LSU dropped game 1 to Arkansas today. If you're maybe just knocking off work here at 5:18, Paul Skeens was great again. 12 strikeouts, gave you 7 innings of one-run baseball, but the offense went silent for LSU today, and Arkansas had a big 10th inning where they played at 8 runs and Arkansas ends up winning the game 9-3 over LSU. So Tigers come back. They will play a doubleheader on Saturday. That was announced earlier today. So Tigers will play a doubleheader against Arkansas tomorrow, and Tigers need to sweep this doubleheader if they're going to win the series. So let's start with what we assume will happen in game two. They announced that it'll be Floyd then Hurd. So we know that. I assume they would still go in that order. And Floyd will pitch the first game, Hurd will pitch the second game. They'll just both pitch tomorrow. So any concerns, though, for Hurd having to go one day earlier, having to pitch on Saturday instead of Sunday?
No, I don't think so. I don't know his pitch count his last time out. That would be interesting to see and probably give me a better talking point there. But, look, generally these guys, they have a rest day in there. They have a workout day, then a short bullpen day, long toss day, and then they're ready to go and pitch. And so you just cut one of those days short. I find more of a problem when they have extra rest because then the routine gets totally screwed up. So I don't think that's going to be an issue. The one thing that I am kind of looking forward to, tomorrow is at what point is Ty Floyd going to have that game where we go, okay, he's here now. He's had some flashes this year, some innings here or there where you watch him and go, this is an easy 95, 96. This is a big league breaking ball. I mean, he is just a special pitcher. And then there's some innings there where he's not in the zone and he's not that guy. I'd love to see him put together 6 or 7 strong innings like that. And really dominate a game, and I think he's capable.
He's got 24 strikeouts in 20 innings pitched and just 7 walks. He's got an ERA of 2.25. Maybe the benefit for LSU tomorrow is the task against the starting pitcher from Arkansas lightens up a little bit than what you saw today. You're going to face Will McIntyre, who is a junior righty. He's 4-0 on the year. He's got a 3.71 ERA, and he's got 22 strikeouts and 26 2/3 innings pitched, so less than a strikeout per innings pitched. So you would think LSU would be able to cut down on the strikeouts today. They struck out 15 times today. You think they'd be able to put the ball in play, and if this LSU team is making contact, generally good things happen.
Yeah, look, it's a different mentality. It's offense advantage for LSU, no doubt about it. I mean, just watching the game today, and I know the Tigers lost, but it is apparent. You're not going to go out there with your best stuff offensively every day, and the other opposing pitcher had something to do with that. So you're exactly right. I think the task lightens up just a bit. If the weather continues to stay warm and do what it's been doing, you're going to see some balls leave the yard. I mean, they were a click away today from having that happen. Just like I said earlier, a little bit too big, swinging just a touch too hard, and that's a mentality that's probably going to be talked about either this evening or tomorrow before the game. Is, hey, man, let's just square that thing up, and you guys are plenty good enough, plenty talented enough, to get some hits and leave the yard. You saw Cruz with the late homer. Yeah. Today it's like, golly, man, could have got one of those earlier. It would have been a different discussion. But no, I do think it's advantage LSU. And Hurd also – kind of similar to Floyd. I mean, it's almost been Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde with him, trending in a good direction. The guys, coaches love his ability, love his bullpens, love everything about him. And I think now it's just getting that to transition onto the field on Sundays. Because starting the season off, I felt best about LSU because of Sunday. Then you have an injury. And it's like, okay, well, Hurd's going to step up and he's going to be the guy. This is a deep pitching staff. So I think we're just kind of waiting for that to happen. And to that point, Arkansas's pitching from a depth standpoint is not great. I mean, they've got this guy tomorrow who's got some wins, but getting in the bullpen is going to be real important.
Yeah. They're down 4 arms. And Brady Tigert was their best arm out of the bullpen. He's on the shelf. We've talked about Jackson Wiggins, who was their Friday night guy, who's out. So it's forced them to take Hagen Smith and use him in a little bit of a different role. They burned him today, so they don't have their best arm available tomorrow. It does shift advantage LSU, and it's home. But it was advantage LSU today. You had Paul Skeens on the mound, and you lost. I mean, that's why baseball is a crazy game. Would you do anything with the lineup? Today they lined it up: Pearson, Cruz, White, Dugas, Morgan, Jones, Jobert, Thompson, Neal.
As far as the batting order goes,
let me ask one specifically. Would you get Kling back in there? You'd have to probably send Jobert to the bench or DH Jobert and send Jones to the bench.
I feel like I saw Kling with a back brace on today. It might not have been Kling.
I have seen Dylan Cruz in the dugout with a back brace on as well. I don't know if it's a brace or if it's a heating pad or whatever it may be. It may just be something they use to stay warm or what. I that's actually a really good question to ask. But I've seen the same thing in the dugout with Dylan Cruz, and he doesn't seem affected like he's battling any type of injury or anything. So
the guy tomorrow is a righty for Arkansas, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. So I think you keep your lefties in the lineup if that's what you're going to do. You know, if you were going to play Kling, I think it was going to be today. You know, Jobert, other than the base running mistake, had some good at bats, and I thought played fine. I think, you know, I love the fact that Pearson's getting some run. I think he's a heck of a player and a heck of a hitter, and he proved that last year and is going to be really good for the Tigers. You know, probably an unfair evaluation because it's not easy to catch Paul Skeens, but you know, if I was going to do anything different, it might have been Milazzo behind the plate today. Now, I know he hit the homer to tie it and all that stuff. I get it. You know, but there was a handful, you know, maybe 5, 6, 7 pitches where, you know, I felt like were close and could have been called strikes and just weren't caught the way that I like to see them caught.
Or caught, period.
Well,
I mean, there was a ball in the 8th with Chase Shores. It was a fastball up and away, and it looked like it dotted the corner up and away. And Brady, he dropped the ball. I mean, literally, the ball popped out of it. You're never going to get a call if the ball pops out of your glove.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so I mean, I don't think if you change that now. I mean, but hindsight's 20/20.
Yeah,
I'd have probably caught.
Kid hit a homer that. But yeah.
And the kid can really hit, and he's only going to get better. I get it. I understand that. But, you know, I would maybe look at that a little bit. Other than that, though, I don't hate where Morgan is. I don't hate where any of the guys are. You know, I think Milazzo.
You like Gavin batting?
I think Gavin's in the right spot. I do.
Okay.
I like Gavin there or 2. It looks like he's looking at a beach ball right now, man. I mean, he's just seeing the ball really good. The reason I say 2 is he's going to get a lot of fastballs, and he's not going to strike out. I mean, he just seems really locked in. So I think Gavin's in a good spot.
Eye surgery helps.
There you go.
If you want to see, you should have eye surgery. Call the Williamson Eye Center. I mean, that's pretty natural transition into a live read, but it's true. So many athletes have called the Williamson Eye Center. You go into the Williamson Eye Center clinic on the Baton Rouge General campus. They have a whole wall. It's just dedicated to all of the athlete patients that they've had, and they got like pictures and signed merchandise, memorabilia, all that sort of stuff, all throughout the clinic of all the athletes they've helped. Guys from Devin White and Caleb Von Chasson and our buddy Patrick Coogan, and it's Warren Morris, Paul Maneri. It's pretty incredible when you look at the long list. It's the Williamson Eye Center. It's good enough for guys that literally use their body and their eyes to make their living in millions of dollars. Certainly good enough for me. And Dr. Blake Williamson was incredible. 3 generations, more than 70 years. It's the Williamson Eye Center. Go for that consultation. 924-2020 or WilliamsonEye.com. That's Williamson, EYE.com. What you got on this Lady Tiger game here? I know you've been keeping an eye on it.
I'm locked in. 35-31 Utah.
They're in the second quarter.
Utah just fires up threes, and they've got a girl down low she's a load. She's tough to handle. And
they just flashed a graphic. LSU is 8 of 12 in the paint. They're 4 of 18 outside of the paint.
We can't shoot. Yeah, we don't have any shooters.
I mean, let's worry the offense and let's get the ball in the paint.
Yeah, but again, they have a.
Forgive me, it's the third quarter, second half. I'm sorry.
Watch this girl. She just bullies people around.
Well, it's radio. People can't really watch her.
Yeah,
but that was
and she's got a huge leg tat.
She has a giant leg tat. Yes, she does.
No, she's for real. So, I mean, we're right there, 35-31. I would say we need to hit a few threes, but we don't do that. So, we'll see. See what happens here. I don't like where we are.
I was going to say, how you feeling? Feeling good about it?
I'm not. I'm not feeling good about it right now.
So, 8:57 to play in the third. Tigers are down 36, free throw up 37-1. So, Tigers trail by 6 with under 9 to play in the third quarter. So second half just getting underway. Lady Tigers have a little bit of work to do here. All right, it's after further review. I like your shirt, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, where'd you get that?
I got this from Haspel.
Oh, did you?
I got this from Haspel.
Those are your guys now, huh?
Sure did.
Haspel's your guys.
Haspel's my guys, man. I'm fired up to tell you about Haspel.
Well,
please tell how much you know about it.
Please tell me about Haspel.
But in 1909, that's what I said.
1909.
Joseph Haspel Sr. created the seersucker suit. I know you're familiar with seersucker.
I am.
Everybody.
We see them all around the Kentucky Derby a lot.
That's right. Joe wanted to create clothing for a good time, and he nailed it. Fast forward 114 years, Matt, and the company that is based right here in Baton Rouge, Haspel, has been doing. No, they got all kind of stuff. Has been doing it, owned and operated by Joseph's granddaughter, Lori Haspel Lipsy.
Yeah.
Right now, familiar last name. Most people, when they hear the word seersucker, they think of that blue and white stripe deal, like, you know.
Suit, yeah.
But that couldn't be anything further from the truth. So I have learned seersucker is actually the process in which the cotton is woven, okay, to create a light, breathable finish. Never sticks to your skin. Super comfortable, right? You can seersucker almost any type of clothing that we wear today. It has nothing to do with the color.
Okay.
Have you seen To Kill a Mockingbird? You ever seen that movie?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Gregory Peck was wearing Haspel clothes.
Oh, very nice.
Jonah Hill, pretty funny guy.
Yeah, Jonah Hill, actor.
He's a Haspel guy.
No kidding.
From actors to athletes, leaders of the free world, even Matt Harry Truman.
Yeah. Or Haspel.
Haspel guy.
How about that?
George W. Bush.
W?
Haspel guy.
Was he wearing like seersucker or
No.
other Haspel
No,
stuff? Oh, they have
it's-
other stuff. It's not just seersucker.
It's not just seersucker.
Okay.
Go to Haspel.com. I want y'all to do this right now. Go to Haspel.com. See for yourself. Polos, long sleeve dress shirts, slacks, performance pants, shorts, swimsuits. Haspel isn't just the place to buy the best suits or tuxedos. They offer it all. And once you've found what you like at Haspel.com, type in Riot10. That's my discount code.
Oh, you got a discount code?
I do. Type in Riot10 to get an extra 10% off your order. That's Haspel.com. Don't forget to follow them on all social media platforms at Haspel Clothing.
So on the website right now, there's like a last chance up to 75% off.
It's
Did you see that?
unbelievable. Very, very reasonably priced too.
Wait, so here's my thing. This is last chance, 75% off. Can I use my Riot 10 on top of that?
No.
Are you sure?
Not the last chance.
Are you
Not
sure?
the 7. Yes, I am sure.
Okay. All right.
Get 75% off these suits. You're getting them for free.
Up to 75% off.
Yeah, but you're getting them basically for free. So you can't
Hey, simmer down now. I was just asking a question.
Yeah.
I'm not the only person that's going to ask that question, obviously, right?
You like the little quarter zips?
Some good stuff. I do like the quarter. Oh, yeah, because, of course, seasonally it's great.
Quarter
It's
zips.
a good time to buy the quarter zips now because it's getting hot, so you can get the discount on all this stuff. Oh, that's great. Accessories, apparel. Ooh, how about
shoes?
Shirts?
You need some shoes?
No, unless they got Jordan 1s. I think I'm good.
They don't have ones.
Yeah, no, then I'm good.
It's more the dress shoe type, belts, all that cool stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, Haspel.com, man. Check them out. I'm super fired up.
Promo code Riot10.
Riot10. Mm-hmm.
Huh. Snag me a shirt.
Okay.
See if I like it. I don't have any Haspel stuff.
They got some
Looks
great,
good.
Like, I got some cool like LSU like long sleeve sleeves, similar to like what you have on now,
Yeah.
like polo
Yeah.
type stuff. They got all kind of stuff.
Okay.
My guy Will goes to all these foreign exotic lands and buys the cloth. And then
Exotic lands.
Yes, he does.
All right,
man.
I'm going to play on this website here in the break. I'm curious. I'm going to use your Riot 10
Okay.
code, and I'm going to snag me something.
Get you something.
I am going to snag me something. All right. It's after further review. We're glad to have you aboard with us here. We'll knock out a quick break, and we're going to get to Ask Ryan in about 15 minutes to wrap up the show. So get your questions in to Ask Ryan, anything about anything. Are we going to revisit our World Baseball Classic argument from a week ago?
I don't like arguing.
I know you don't. It is tiring. Let me not say argument then.
Discussion. I'll discuss it.
Okay. All right, we'll do that next. It's AFR.
AFR.
We're brought to you by Darren James and Associates, brokered by eXp Realty. If you need to sell your home, you need Darren James. I tell you this every day. The Wall Street Journal puts out its Real Trends list every year, the top 1% of realtors in America. And this is not anything subjective. This is objective data based on the number of homes sold. Darren James is on the Wall Street Journal's list of the top 1% of realtors in America. As a matter of fact, he's been in the top 100 overall. There are millions of realtors in America, and this dude right here is in the top 100 in the entire country. If you need to sell your home, I can't imagine why you would call anybody else. And the reason Darren gets results is because his processes are so great. He has a way of making it stress-free and works so hard to get you the exact result you want. If you're buying or selling, if it's commercial or residential, think real estate. Think Darren James.
Think real estate, think Darren James.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Bayou Ford has $10,000 off MSRP on select new 2022 Ford F-150 trucks. $10,000 off plus 0% financing. And all new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Louisiana. It's a place defined by culture, by pride, by passion, by people who do more than love this place. They celebrate it, elevate it, champion it. They are the individuals who embody what makes Louisiana great. The companies that make Louisiana a better place to work and live. The nonprofits leading transformational change in our communities. Champions of Louisiana are all around us, and LWCC is proud to celebrate them because we've always been Louisiana loyal, supporting the workers, the innovators, the change agents of this great place we call home. Who are the champions around you? Together, we can share their stories. Together, we can help our home state thrive. Together, we are Louisiana loyal. Always.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Hi, I'm Brandon Landry, founder and CEO of Walker.
Hi, my name is Dr. Craig Green.
This is Ryan Theriot with HUDCORoofing.com.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. No matter how big your commercial roofing job, HUDCO can help.
My patients come to me because they trust that I can get the job done at a high level. Ryan Theriot and Richard Tilley have the same level of trust when it comes to roofing.
If you have a roofing issue, call HUDCO Roofing.
Give us a call, 364-1007, and we'll come to your house and give you a free inspection.
I had to leave my parents. I had to move schools. I don't know anyone here. Everything keeps changing. Why is this happening to me?
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Theriot's super locked into this game right now. We got the lead back, though.
We got it back.
Tigers up 41-39 on Utah. 4 minutes to play in the third. Long way to go here, Mr. Theriot. Long way to go.
We still hadn't made a three. Oh, no. They just made another one.
They made another one. All right, let's do some radio here. What are you doing this weekend?
I'm sure.
You got to turn your volume up.
Oh.
Yeah, that's it. It's the silver knob.
Did you turn it down?
Yeah, because Paulie was doing the video in the break.
Okay.
Yeah.
I missed that. I was watching the game.
Yeah, I know.
This weekend, I'm sure we got baseball tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the girls probably play soccer at some point.
If
what are you doing?
If you make it by the St. Jude Fair, you'll notice a big old HUDCO banner on the main stage. How about that?
Nice.
My wife Erica works at St. Jude, so I told Musso, I said, give me some carnival music. This is actually pretty appropriate.
I like this
one. Is this your thing?
Carnivals?
Carnivals is your thing.
No. I will put up with them. Carnivals and fairs is my wife's thing.
Is Jana's thing.
Oh, my gosh.
Are y'all going?
She's like a child.
Are y'all going? They got the whole, it's like the whole thing with the carnies and the ride, they bring the rides in.
If she knows that it's there, she's going.
They got the swirly twirly rides.
She
and
rides
things
every ride.
Oh, they got them. They got the big old
kids.
Ferris wheel. They got the Zippinator and all the sort of stuff.
So I have to go stand in line.
Oh, no.
But I don't actually ride the rides. I stand in line for her.
You're the placeholder.
I'm the placeholder.
Oh, no.
That's my job.
So have a very busy day tomorrow. We have the Down Syndrome Awareness Walk in the morning downtown, which I'm emceeing.
Okay.
I'm going straight from there to New Orleans Flooring, where we have an appearance from 1 to 3. So come on out to New Orleans Flooring tomorrow, by the way, the Prairieville location. I'll be there from 1 to 3. Have some baseball on, hamburgers, hot dogs, all that stuff.
Oh, cool.
And then I'm going straight from there to pick up Drew to take him to the fair, the St. Jude Fair. So then I'll be at the St. Jude. I got a long day tomorrow.
Does Drew like the fair?
See, I don't know if he's going to like the fair. This is a little, but Erica's insistent she wants Drew at the fair. It's all of her work people and it's her school, and I get that.
Yeah.
But Drew doesn't really understand, and it may just, is that take me out to the ball game?
That is.
With little.
That is.
That's take me out to the ball game. There's a good possibility we could show up, and Drew could just say like, Drew's house.
He's had enough.
Drew's house.
Yeah.
And then Drew's house. And he's just done.
What if he loves it and wants to ride rides? That's what I'm hoping.
Well, then that's when Roro steps in. That's Erica's sister, Lauren. The kids call her Roro. Roro will take Drew on the rides. I'm not going on rides.
I hope he rides the rides.
The only ride, well, you know what, too? We said the only thing we'd put him on would be like the Ferris wheel. But honestly, he's probably like just a crazy enough person to where if you just like put him on the zip-diddy-doo-dah thing and just zip around, he would probably laugh his face off.
He'd love it.
He would probably just laugh his face off, yeah. He's unmoved by things that you typically think are scary. Like if I jumped out and was like, rah, to scare him, he would just laugh his face off. Drew, the blessing about Drew is that he doesn't understand. Can you please turn that off? That is horrible. That is, yes, no, off. Thank you. Like all the way. I know
the first one was good, though.
No, I know I asked you for it, but that just became loud whistles in my ear. Like that must be what dogs feel like whenever you blow the dog whistle. But the thing about Drew is Drew doesn't understand negativity.
Okay.
Like he doesn't.
I get it.
Like it is the blessing of him being different is he doesn't understand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if someone rolled their eyes or were sarcastic or mean to him, like he wouldn't have any concept that anybody was being mean to him. So like he also doesn't understand scary or negative things like that as well. So like a scary movie wouldn't scare him. He would probably laugh at it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That sort of thing.
Yeah.
So the rides that would scare people, like I think he would largely be unmoved by that.
Well, let's hope he rides rides. I would love to see that.
I do not want to ride any rides.
No,
Are you checking on your family to see if they're going to the fair?
I'm trying to see. Yeah, I mean, you mentioned the fair, and you asked me a question about like what I was doing tomorrow. I'm actually kind of looks like we do have a soccer game tomorrow.
Oh, what time?
10.
Oh, well, no worries. Well, I'm going to the fair later. See you there.
Yeah, I gotta check my baseball schedule too now. You've got my baseball schedule. You already sent it to me once.
Do you need me to look up the Dunham baseball schedule again?
But I need to see what. Yeah, I need to see what I need to do, where I need to be tomorrow. I'm gonna tell you something great though about the Dunham baseball team and my big brother Wes. I'm gonna shout him out real fast. One worry that I don't have is what uniforms we're wearing, because the coaches just wear the same uniform. No matter.
Awesome.
Yeah, we just wear the same thing every time.
So tomorrow is the 25th. Tomorrow, Notre Dame, Opelousas Catholic, varsity only at Dunham. Confirmed at 11-1, 3 o'clock home.
Doubleheader.
Looks like it.
1 and 3?
11-1-3. I don't know why they have 3.
I hope we don't play it. 11 and 1 would be fine. That's fine. I might ask out of that.
Do you realize how absurd it is that we're sitting here on a live radio show going through your baseball schedule tomorrow because you don't know it, Coach?
Notre Dame and Opelousas. Notre Dame's pretty good.
Okay.
We need to get the boys. We need to get their minds right.
All right. Get those minds right. All right. It's after further review. LSU baseball, of course, will be playing doubleheader tomorrow as well. And here's hoping that the Tigers can pull this off. They're tied right now with Utah. 2:27 to play in the third quarter. They're tied at 42. And LSU trying to advance to the Elite Eight.
Yep.
They're in a close one here between the 2 and 3 seed. Since Theriot is not paying attention at all to me and only watching this game, I'll knock out a break, come back. I would love to say we do Ask Ryan, but I don't think he's paying attention at all.
I know.
So
I mean, I'll answer. It'll be one-word answers, but I'll answer.
If you want to get your questions in, you can do that as we continue here on AFR.
AFR.
As I mentioned, New Orleans Flooring. Tomorrow, come on out and see us. We'll be at New Orleans Flooring from 1 to 3. Great event. Look, all this month, at New Orleans Flooring, they are taking care of your sales tax all this month. They already offer you discounts of 40%, which is ridiculous, but it's awesome too. And all this month, they're paying your sales tax as well, so giving you even deeper discounts. So tomorrow, Airline Highway in Prairieville, if you're going south on Airline, past the Walmart, look to your right. You'll see it there, blue sign. I'll be there from 1 to 3. Hamburgers, hot dogs. They'll have the LSU-Arkansas baseball game on as well. They're going to be giving away a purple and gold prize pack, and I'll reiterate this. You will want to win the purple and gold prize pack. It is something worth winning. You will want to come to win the purple and gold prize pack.
What's in it?
You will want to, that's called a tease. You will want to win the purple and gold prize pack at New Orleans Flooring tomorrow.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust poll of the day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, anytime. Hunt Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the poll of the day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $10,000 off new 2022 Jeep Gladiators and $8,000 off new 23 Jeep Grand Cherokees. All new Bayou automotive vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
All right, let's say ah.
Where'd my spotlight go?
Super weird, but we can take care of it.
Get in and get better at Patient Plus.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Moon Griffon is back. The voice of Louisiana politics makes his return to Baton Rouge. Catch the Moon Griffon Show weekdays from 9 to 11.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
All right, down the stretch, we come final segment here on a Friday edition of AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Great opportunity to get by Don Juan this weekend. Go get you a box of stogies, stock up on some sticks, light them up, or just hang out at Don Juan. Have yourself a premium cocktail, fine cigar, TVs everywhere. Watch some of the basketball games this weekend. Get on by Don Juan Cigar Bar. All right, we're going to wrap up with a little Ask Ryan. You know the drill. Get your questions in. You can ask Theriot anything about anything, so fire away. Email us, tweet us, jump in the Bayou Ford YouTube chat, or text 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. I'm sure you're going to love this one.
Okay.
From Phil. Just getting in the truck. Have y'all already rammed Jay Johnson for his obsessive lineup tinkering with a team averaging 11 runs a game?
What's his name?
Phil.
Okay, Phil. Let me explain something to you.
Please do.
It doesn't really matter. Like, I'm just being honest with you. It really doesn't matter that much where the top 5 or 6 guys hit. They can all hit. Like, it is kind of is what it is. This isn't on Jay Johnson. This is on the approach of the guys. Other team's pitcher was really good, and he pitched good, and he won the game. And you got 2 more in the series. The goal for SEC baseball, you ready? Listeners, win the series. That's it. If you win every series, you win the SEC. Real simple. If you don't win every series but sweep 1 or 2, you win the SEC. Real simple. That's what they're trying to do.
Unless if you have like Tennessee, who is going to win 25 league games like they did last year. But by and large, yes. Yeah. And I'm not even saying win the SEC, which is always great to do. But by and large, if you win every weekend, you go 20-10. Not by and large. If you win every weekend, you go 20-10. And by and large, if you're 20-10, you're going to be a national seed. Right. And if you're a national seed, the Road Omaha goes through Baton Rouge. And that's what you want, ultimately. And as we saw last year with Tennessee, sometimes the best teams don't even make it to Omaha. Like, you have to go play well over a weekend in June. And you hope you're playing your best baseball. And it doesn't always work out that way. When it doesn't, it stinks. But, I mean, Paul Skeens was great today. LSU lost a game. It happens. Go win a doubleheader tomorrow.
That's right.
Evans Cavan said, can we get an update on women's basketball? 47-46 Utah with 9:39 to play in the ball game. Some lead changes here. They've been back and forth.
It's a good game.
Pretty good game.
Pretty good game.
Let's see. Joshua Hill. Ask Ryan. Was the World Baseball Classic digital?
No. It wasn't digital.
Why not?
World Baseball, just because it wasn't. World Baseball Classic was a great display of baseball, and I loved it.
You're gonna have to explain them what digital means.
Digital means it's either black or it's white.
I don't know why in your brain that makes sense.
You're either on time or you're late. She's either pregnant or she's not. Like, that's digital.
It's binary.
It's digital.
It's not digital.
Sure.
That doesn't make sense.
That makes perfect sense.
No, it doesn't at all.
Update from Greenville: LSU 48, Utah 47.
I'll
here,
be so
Tigers
glad.
take the lead.
Like, I have had nothing from you this last hour. Like, you were so fixated on this game, you're not even paying attention to me.
What game are you talking about? I don't know what you're saying. Yes! That's our ball. That's our ball. That's our ball. Let's go! You remember how good Simone was? Oh, stud.
Yeah, she was really good.
And Big Sil. Big Sil could do it.
Really good.
All right, what do you got? Give me another one. Come on, I'm locked in here. Let's go. Let's do it. Hurry up. It's a timeout. Hurry up.
No, it's not. They're taking the ball up into the front court. Ask Ryan, I'm getting married tomorrow. What's your best advice for the big day?
Oh, man. Take a lot of pictures.
Muse, can you take it down just a smidge?
Yeah.
Just a smidge.
Sorry, it's all good. I would take a lot of pictures and video.
That's not their job. Like, that's why you hire photographers.
Get somebody to take a lot of pictures and video, because there's things you're going to forget. Like, I wish I had more of that from my wedding.
All right, I'll give you some practical advice.
How's that not practical?
Because you hire a photographer to take pictures.
Okay, well,
you didn't hire a photographer?
Yeah, I did, but get a good one.
Where are the pictures from your wedding day?
I don't know, man.
Exactly.
That's the thing.
Nobody ever paid. People spend money on things they think they need or want. Doesn't matter at all. I'll give you 2 pieces of advice that'll make your wedding day really good.
Don't get hammered.
Number 1, be sure to eat food.
Yeah.
Make sure that whoever is your reception coordinator, this or that person, whatever, make sure they bring you food.
Yeah.
Before you go into your reception, have them bring you food. Eat. That's number 1. Number 2, don't get hammered.
Don't get hammered.
Don't get hammered. Because you want to...
Well, you want to remember it. You want to remember it.
You want to remember it.
Yeah.
You want to be, you want to be able to...
Remember it.
Remember it.
Yeah.
And perform.
And remember it. And don't forget your vows. Don't lose the ring.
Don't lose the... Well, all those things are digital. The vows, like if it's a Catholic wedding, the priest says, you do you don't like read your own vows or things. Phil McGill said he wasn't talking about the order. He was talking about Joe Bear and there against lefties.
Yeah, that was a little interesting to me. Pearson, too.
I'm okay with Pearson being in there.
I'm not. Yeah, I don't hate it.
It would have been Joe Bear or Kling would have been the thing. Or you put Kling in there instead of Joe Bear today.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't hate that. That's a good point, Phil.
Tony Z, ask Ryan, for or against the mandatory 10-run rule in SEC games?
Against.
Why?
Because I love it when people put up 20.
Ugh.
I think it's great. It's when you get your knocks. Unless you're the guy that's 0 for 7. It was always me.
Ask Ryan, if you were pitching, would you beam Matt?
Like on purpose?
It sounds like it. Would you throw at me?
No, I wouldn't throw at
What
you.
if I was the best hitter on my team,
Okay.
and my pitcher threw at your guy in the last inning?
Yeah, I'd move your feet. I don't know if I'd necessarily hit. Yeah, I'd probably hit you.
I'm running out to the mound.
Well, I mean, you got to do what you got to do.
And you know what's going to happen? Because now you weigh 112 pounds.
But
I'm
I
going
got
to snap you in half.
I got to do what I got to do, though.
When you were 210, you and I probably could have had a nice tussle. Now, bro, you've lost so much weight.
Huge.
How much do you weigh now?
It's 179 this morning.
179.
Huge skinny guy.
Yeah. Remember when I got to 190 and you called me skinny fat?
Yeah.
It's because I was. You're not skinny fat, though.
Scrawny.
But you're small.
Jonna bought me some pants for Christmas. They didn't fit. I couldn't even button them, and I took it personal. Then she called me fat, and then I'm on this journey. I'm on a journey right now. I'm on a journey.
Good for you.
Committed.
Ask Ryan, favorite Tom Cruise movie?
Ooh, man. I like the Mission Impossible. I do.
Okay.
I
Over
like
Top Gun?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I like Mission Impossible.
Over Pineapple Express?
I like Mission.
Eric Gotro asked Ryan, Angel Reese or Simone?
Simone.
What a dumb question.
Yeah.
All right. Getting out of here. Have a good weekend. By the way, Muse in the big chair Monday and Tuesday. I got to go to a work thing for a couple days. Program director stuff. But I'm looking forward to it. All right, Muse, don't screw up the show while I'm gone, all right? All right. Y'all have a great weekend. We'll see you. Muse will see you Monday at 3.
AFR.
All right, we're getting on down the road. Remind you about Michelli Weighing and Measurement. Michelli.com. 29 offices across 11 different states. You know where to find them. Couple things to remind you about, as always. Number one, with Michelli, use the website because they service so many industries. They're our nation's leading distributor of scales. Everybody knows Michelli for the scales. You know, you go into the airport and you put your luggage on the scale. There's a Michelli sticker right there. They calibrate those scales. Anyway, what they also do, they're precision measurement device calibration. They can come on site. If you have equipment that can't leave your facility or you don't want it to leave, they can calibrate on site. You can ship your equipment to them or they can come pick it up. It's all about making you more efficient. I mean, why would you ship something to a calibration lab states away something that'll take months to get shipped there, calibrated, then shipped back when you can call Michelli. They'll come to your office, pick it up, take it back, calibrate it, boom, bring it back.
Bada boom, bada bing.
Bada bing, bada bang, bada boom. Michelli.com.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $10,000 off new 2022 Jeep Gladiators and $8,000 off new 23 Jeep Grand Cherokees. All new Bayou automotive vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
I've got that blue sky. I've got that sunshine.
Louisiana. It's a place defined by culture, by pride, by passion, by people who do more than love this place. They celebrate it, elevate it, champion it. They are the individuals who embody what makes Louisiana great. The companies that make Louisiana a better place to work and live. The nonprofits leading transformational change in our communities. Champions of Louisiana are all around us, and LWCC is proud to celebrate them because we've always been Louisiana loyal, supporting the workers, the innovators, the change agents of this great place we call home. Who are the champions around you? Together